I think I have everything ready to go. For some reason, I feel like I'm forgetting something, and I don't like that feeling, but you know, you can't sit here and stare at the computer screen for forever. Something's gotta, sometimes you just gotta press start stream, right? And figure it out at some point. Okay, hold on, let me pull my stream up. Okay, time to play the game. Well, in 5 minutes. Or like 4 minutes, maybe. 4 minutes. Hmm. As usual, the mouth tracking is less good as we progress already. Hmm. I already see it messing up. I finally uploaded or made public one of my YouTube videos that I had been stalling on because I was well, not procrastinating because I needed to. Okay, so I've realized actually a huge downside to this model is it's actually a lot more limited in terms of facial expressions, right? Especially in terms of what I can do for screenshots. My other model, I could, like, if I wanted to look scared, I could do more than just, right? Like, that's not very scared, and the eyes don't look any different. Um, and like, I mean, I could, I guess, try to set expressions for those, but a lot of the things you would need to do for that aren't editable in trying to think. No. I need yeah, it's not actually really all that. I'm trying to think of like what I can edit in VTube Studio, and it's not actually all that much. Hmm. Um, or like to look annoyed, right? The video I uploaded has like it's a medieval dynasty, and I'm sitting at the like we're at the tavern thing in Gustovia, and Uniagast is there, and he's like, I don't know, doing whatever, and the bros are chilling, and like I kind of want to look like annoyed about it and be like, but like the most I can do is like that type of expression, right? Like, but I could get a much better annoyed sort of look on my other model, right? So this model is actually going to suck a lot for thumbnails. And also to make those expressions, I wouldn't have to physically do them, right? Project Gretchen sounds like the lamest military operation name. It's Protect Gretchen. Protect Gretchen. It's Protect Gretchen. Not a military name. Um, but anyway, welcome. Um, but yeah, so Uh, but yeah, I did finally upload, or well, make public one of the YouTube videos once I got the thumbnail for it. But yeah, this you walk in and I want to fight. No, I'm just correcting. Sorry. Yeah, well, maybe. Um, I'm currently I'm not. You know what? Let's be real. I'm complaining about the model. I'm complaining about my model. Found more negatives. So shh, no time for that. Petty fight. Um, but uh, but yeah, like, cause this model is not going to be nearly as good for YouTube thumbnails, basically. It's very much not good for YouTube thumbnails. Um, so, but like I don't know. I might have to. I'm not sure what to do about that, to be honest. Um, I'm, I'm, I either have to. My secret thing would be I kickbox, actually. Mm, no, but that would be fun. That'd be fun. Um, I they brought in like a kickbox instructor and gym in like middle school, and I really enjoyed it. No, that's like a flex of my, well, not like a flex, like the flexes that aren't actually flexes, but that like you tell yourself inside because you remember from the time someone complimented you once about a thing. But like a lot of my friends are like from college are black belts in Taekwondo, and so they were like teaching people our friend group that. And one of them who's like really hard to impress, right? Like my other friends, like honestly, coming from them, this wouldn't mean very much. But this one friend, super hard to impress. And he didn't tell me, right? Because again, he's tough like that. He's a tough guy. But he told my other friend, um, who is one of the others who were teaching us. And she told me then later, she was like, you know what, he said that like you're a natural at it. Um, and she's like, and yeah, he wouldn't just say that. So, and he didn't even say that to you because like he wouldn't. But she's like, he did say that you're actually really good and you'd be a natural at it. So that made me feel good. Um, it's just called having balance because I did ballet. That's all it is. But you know, I know exactly what he means and where it comes from. But anyway, that was just the thing. Um, but yeah, but I wouldn't want to actually spar is the problem, right? Like I'm fine learning the different, I forget what they're called in Taekwondo, but in karate they're like kata, right? Um, maybe I forget what they're called. But anyway, but learning those, like I'm fine with that. But when it comes to actually sparring, it sounds scary. So I'm like, no, thank you. Don't want to be kicked and punched. No, thank you. That sounds dangerous. But like actually just, going through the patterned movements, that's fine. I dance ballet. I like that part of karate and taekwondo. But yeah. Um Anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, this model not good for YouTube thumbnails. I am quickly discovering, so dance battle, put them up. I'm so out of practice, so out of shape with ballet. I didn't really like dance consistent ballet like in college or after or anything like that. When I graduated high school, kind of stopped because it's a commitment and it's not something I'm particularly good at, right? They're like really, I feel like I'm built more for ice skating than I am like figure skating than I am for ballet, but I wasn't in a position to do figure skating growing up, so but I feel like I would have been, well, I mean, I could have done ballet, but if I had added figure skating on top, that would have been really good. I didn't. I didn't. Tried to do gymnastics once when I was 6. That was scary. That was scary. They wanted you to do a somersault on top of like a 4-foot balance beam, and I was like, this is insane. You people are insane. I am 6. I am 6 years old. I don't want to do a somersault on this balance beam. You kidding me? And they're like, we're on either side of you. We'll pick you up if you fall. And I'm like, no, there are mats underneath you. No, no, no. Um, and then they were like, well, that's just this year. Next year, you'll do a cartwheel on the balance beam. And I'm like, you're insane. This is just insanity. 6 is prime gymnastics time. Yeah. I mean, I guess. Yeah. Um, yeah. No, I did not like it. I did not enjoy it. I think I was around the time or right after we did swimming lessons too, and gymnastics was like at the same place. It was at the YMCA. And that's where we also had swimming lessons, and I hated swimming lessons because when I was like a toddler, I almost drowned. And then I didn't really like swimming after that because the drowning, zero stars. Not fun. It too scary. Too scary. No, thank you. And so I didn't like swimming lessons. Uh, well, and it wasn't just because of, well, it was partly because of that, but also because the pool was like, I don't know, really creepy vibes. Really, really creepy vibes in the pool. At the YMCA. And then And then gymnastics was in the same place. It was like in a basement of the YMCA, and you know, overall the vibes just weren't there. They just weren't there. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Ballet was much better. It was a much nicer studio, and I had class Sunday or Saturday mornings. And it was it was a good time. It was a good time. But I also took because I could do ballet and another extracurricular. And then I did gymnastics, and then I was like, no, thank you. And then I did mm, modeling, and then drama, and then jazz dance. But I couldn't usually couldn't make those classes, so just make silly faces or make use of the preset faces and assets or a bunch of cheap ones on Etsy. So I'll take. But for thumbnails, I mean the problem is there aren't that many faces to make on this model. Like if I'm scared, I'm and that's hardly different. If I'm annoyed, it's and like compared to my other model and the range of expressions I can make with those thumbnails, and also I didn't have to model them with my face, right? I could in Vroid Studio, you could I was 7. I was 7. I did modeling when I was 7. Um, it was like basically the same as ballet, except you just kind of hit poses. It's like you kind of do this ballet move over here, and then you just pause at that spot. I didn't even really realize all that much how it was different from ballet, really, at the time. So, um, but uh, but yeah, I don't know why I did it. I don't know why. I don't think I picked. I don't know. I don't know why that was a thing, but I did it. And then but I was like had a special role then in the because of my routine, the way it fit in to our performance. And then I was had a special role, and I interacted with other people in the drama class, and I was like, oh my gosh, those drama kids look so cool because they're also older than me, and I'm like, I want to be like the drama kids. I want to speak in the performance. And so I was like, yeah, I want that. So that's what I did the next year. And then after that, one girl did a really cool jazz dance routine. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want that. But then the teacher who did all this stuff left the dance school. So we could do after that it was just straight ballet. Everything was ballet. And all the performances we did were like actual ballets and stuff. So you say it is because you know someone else who has this model and managed to get several faces out of it, so it's possible. Yeah, I mean, not really for this one. I mean like I mean the thing is compared to my last model, the range of expressions is huge, right? Like here, I mean, yeah, this week. Yeah, I know, but like I need most of my expressions to be kind of like thinking, annoyed, or scared. Unfortunately, this model is just such a soft, happy model, right? Like it's so hard to like make my model look like annoyed at things, right? Um, and it's there are pre-built in stuff. And I mean, I guess I could get. Mm, I don't really like because the thing is I didn't need to rely on like the like base half dark thing and like like because it also just doesn't look very good. My old model was just way better. And again, I didn't have to because like here, you press like screenshot and then you have to like hurry up and get into the pose. Whereas my last model, I did not have to pose for the screenshots, right? I posed the model with the settings and then took the photo in, the program. Um, and I could set up nuance stuff and not just facial expressions, but also the body posture and arms and everything like that. I tried it. I tried it actually earlier this afternoon with this model. Well, I mean, obviously this well, but I tried it earlier this afternoon and it didn't look good. It didn't look very good. Um, yeah, so I don't know what the why, but I know other people it looks fine, but it didn't look good with the way I have my model like done, right? The way I have it set up and stuff. It just didn't look right. Um, or maybe it's the expressions and like that could just be, a me issue where I need to be able to make the right expression with the shade face to make it work and I just like can't. Um, but yeah, I don't know. And also like I can I mean it'd be easier for I think if I took photos, um I because you're looking for more exaggerated expressions, right? But like I don't want those exaggerated expressions when I'm streaming, right? So I would need to change all my settings for like sensitivity for different stuff in order to hey John Duff, welcome. In order to get those shots when taking the screenshots, right? And then I'd have to, I mean I could just, write down what all the settings are, but it's not something that's very feasible to do like on a daily basis, right? It was just so much it was like, to put into perspective. Let's see. Um let's see, how many different I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 30. No, it's the same. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. I have 42 different model shots um from my other model that I kind of cycled through, right? And now some of that goes into the fact that I had three different outfits and some of them I need to be on the left side of the image versus the right side of the image. But um like a lot of them I rely on hand positions to make a difference in the model. Um like this one's hand up, this one's hand up, or like the position of the shoulders as well, and turning the model specific ways. This one my hands on my head, hand up, but other hand up to the mouth, two hands up to the mouth, two hands up on either side of my chin, like so there were just a lot of different positions, not to mention the absolute nuance. Like yeah, you can make some variation with the eyes in this model, but it does not compare to the nuanced eye combinations you could make with um with Vroid. Like there is just so much more you could do. Um yes, but um I don't know what expressions I need is the problem. Um like I mean I could take like 100 of them. And because the thing is I don't know what I'm gonna wear, right? Because I have uh I mean I'll probably be wearing the sweater, okay? So, but then that comes with three different hairstyles and each of those could have the glasses, right? And I'm not sure what I'll be wearing for this streams because I don't know what game I'm going to be playing or what I feel like wearing. And I don't know what expression I'll need until I know what the thumbnail will be. Um so I don't know until after the stream. So I can't even necessarily be like, oh, I'm like, hmm, man, I wish I could show this easily. Uh, hmm. You know what? Here, this will be kind of fast. Actually, hold on. And this is just from 2024. But I changed my model in 2024, so that's why. Okay. Hold on. For comparison. Okay. Um, hmm. Okay, so this one, okay. Yeah, so for comparison here, like this is all of the different thumbnails I have on my other model. Yeah. And like you can kind of see like all the different eyes and everything, right? Like I could do so much more with, like like this one, like Before the Storm 4, right, has no highlights. Where Before the Storm 3 actually has pretty larger highlights, but that's because I have eye open. And both of them is kind of similar hand positions, but a little bit different, right? Enough to show that they are in fact different thumbnails and I'm not just, or different photos and I'm not reusing the same thing. That hand position of Fields of Mystery 2, like impossible to get with this. That like kind of side eye expression in Before the Storm 5, along with the angling of the shoulders, is impossible. That eye expression and hand expression in the Life is Strange 2 5, um, as well as Life is Strange 2 6, are really hard to do. And again, that open eye position with 2 6 is really hard. Can't really tell. Okay, well, it must just be from stream then. But like trust me, like you can look on my YouTube. There's like a lot of, it's very different. It's very different. It's not all the same. It's not. Um, but you also, yeah, I don't know. It's different. And like, cause you don't want just four different images and have like the same, shot on every single thumbnail, because then it just looks like you're reusing it. There's no variation in it, right? Like people are gonna think that you're one of those reactors that, like they need to be dynamic and different from each other. And expressive, and they are, like maybe you just don't pay attention to faces, but they are different. um like the eyes look in, or they look at the viewer, or they're squinty, but like they might be squinty. um well, it's not a reaction, so Jax Films isn't going to come after me for like play Medieval Dynasty, but like it looks cheap, right? I am less likely to click on a video if the VTuber uses the exact same photo of their model for every single video, right? Hey, Drug Monkey, welcome, welcome. Drug Monkey, here. Do you see the differences in these expressions? Vision test. Are these varied and different expressions to you? Yes, maybe, hopefully. Just need someone to. Yeah, okay, yeah, thank you, thank you. Lazy Paradox, can't tell. Um, but can tell in the eyes. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I mean, but that's part of the problem too, is like there, even if some people, might not be able to tell with the eyes, that's okay. Um, the hand positions, right, and different head positions, and well, yeah, but they're not all squints, and even then, squinting at the side versus squinting head on are different. Yeah, exactly, exactly. They're gonna look similar because like there's only so much you can do with faces only make so many faces. But uh Yeah, but like the idea is that like they're clearly different. So I'm not just reusing the same photo every single, because people make fun of that. I don't want to reuse the same thing for every single thumbnail and have just like 4 images for every single thumbnail. But it's really, really hard to get that level of variation. If for no other reason, then I can't turn this model. And even the head I can't turn because then I get that flat face effect that I dislike, personally. And I definitely can't turn the shoulders. And uh and honestly, even just facing versus to the side, like because there are 3 main positions, right? Is you can do facing the viewer but looking at the game image, or then you can do facing the viewer looking at the viewer. You can do sideways looking at the viewer, or you can do sideways facing the game image, right? And there's already 4 different variations of the same thing right there, regardless of squint eye versus wide eye versus head tilt, which is harder to do here because when you tilt the head, you tilt the shoulders. Um, and also uh, head tilt up and back, which is to a certain extent you can do here, but again, you deal with the flat face problem. And also there's no hand positions to be had, right? And that is a huge difference as well. Because I could move the hands to different positions and also position the fingers differently. And so they, look like a pretty decent variety of images. Um, but uh, but with this model, like I really can't do nearly as much. Um, and yeah, it's just like, and I can't do the expressions in particular because the model is like, I'm a cute, sweet little girl. And not like this person's annoying the hell out of me, right? Because like I can't make an angry expression with this model. It's very hard because the eyes are soft and sweet to begin with. And it's hard to look scared because there's like little variation. Oh, because in this model, if the pupils are reactive, they get smaller when the eyebrows go up. Or no, sorry, they get bigger when the eyebrows go up. Which I saw someone else freaking a model with the same reactive pupils, and I think that's so strange because it should be the reverse because it's like, oh wow, the pupils are your eyes are opening and so your pupils are dilating. Since when do pupils dilate with more light? That doesn't make any sense. They should get smaller if you open your eyes wider. But for some reason, VTuber riggers like to make the pupils get bigger when the eyebrows go up, and I don't know why. Um, I did not have it set to that on when I did my settings for that sort of thing on in VRoid. So, but yeah, it's worth having like existential crisis over. Oh, wait, flat models on stage like Paper Mario. Yeah, I mean, I'm not having existential crisis. I'm having the crisis of I need thumbnails for my YouTube videos, right? That's the problem. I need thumbnails for my YouTube videos. Um, and I'm struggling to make I want to make good content. I don't want to just slap stuff up and be like, here you go, because then if people aren't watching my content, like I know some of it's me just being better, but a lot of it is, having good thumbnails does in fact help your videos get seen. Um, and that's super important on, I mean, yeah, I don't really focus on that on Twitch because there's no real discovery for bots on Twitch. But for or it's very, very minor, but for YouTube is how you grow as a streamer. Just streaming will get you no growth. That's why in the past like 4 months, maybe, I have gotten 10 followers, right? Part of that is because the last 2 months, where I have gotten maybe 5 followers, I have um like not really posted off platform as much as I should have, right? I haven't posted my VODs and especially the shorts. And I mean, really a lot of it comes from the shorts. And that's a huge portion is I need to get putting the shorts out. But having good VODs, because when people watch your shorts on YouTube, then they're gonna check out your channel, right? And they're more like and they need to, watch they're gonna watch the long form content on YouTube and then be like, "Ooh, okay, I'm gonna follow on Twitch and see this live." Um, but if your thumbnails don't look good on YouTube, they're less likely to make that jump from the short to watching the YouTube VOD, you know? Um, and I don't like want the same shot of my model on every single video. It's not gonna, I wouldn't watch that basically. I want to at least make content that I would click on, right? Not something that I would say, ooh, I don't know about this person. They clearly have no idea how to make content, right? Like I don't want to, do be someone who would get that reaction from myself. Um, so, I don't want to do that. Um, so I mean, and I know maybe the answer is to over time commission um over time uh commission art for thumbnails. It's just that costs an awful lot because each art is going to be like $50, and that's like to have enough variation of my model, like, or not on my model, but like art of my character to put instead of a screenshot, right? Not like a full art picture, but literally even just art of my character, right? Because obviously if the full art thumbnail like that, I'm doing for my other channel, but like because the videos are more, edited. But um, but for VODs and stuff, like I would need art of my model because YouTube videos are more likely to be clicked on if they have a face in the thumbnail, right? So you need the face. You can't just have the game and be like, I played this game because that's how people put that up. And then they're like, why am I not growing? It's the algorithm is skewed, and then there are all the dudes that are like, it's so much easier for girls, blah, 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 right? And it's like, well, they're saying people who they don't talk, they have no one in chat and they don't talk and so they're like, "Oh yeah, I just game, and then if someone's in chat, I talk, but I don't talk until anyone's in chat." And it's like that's why no one talks in chat because you're not talking ever. And like there's easy things to fix, and one of the things is like not having a person in your thumbnail of your YouTube videos. That's why people aren't watching it. Um, so I need that person, but then like so honestly, like, mm, we'll see how the uh we'll see how the background art goes, I guess, and then like I'll decide from there if I even want to continue using this model. Because honestly, like I'm kind of realizing how, and actually, especially like editing some of my old VODs and stuff, I'm kind of realizing that the other model is actually more expressive than this one. Um, like this one can't actually do as much. Um, like could I add different toggles? Yes, but I could also do that on the other model too. But without toggles, and I don't like the different toggles. Um, I like just reactive facial expressions. Like I don't want every I don't just want to stare forward and every expression I make be me hitting a button, right? Especially because it'd be different if you're like a just chatting streamer, but if you're actually like gaming, I need my keyboard for the game, not just for, hotkeys for different toggles and stuff. I think this model looks better. It's the views have been the same. Now, granted, again, I haven't put out the shorts, so I don't know if that would affect how that would affect the views, but the views have been the same. I've had no real difference in after using this model, and it's not as expressive. It's not as expressive. Um, so uh, and I don't feel very attached to this model. Like I don't really feel like it's me very well. Um, again, because of kind of how cute and sweet it looks. That's not what I was going for when I made like conceptualized the character I was going to be when streaming, right? I'm not like trying to be a cutesy little streamer. Um, this model feels very like, you know, uh Infinity Nikki type of coded and looks nicer but not expressive. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank you. You get it. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Yeah, it's just not as expressive. And this one's just like way happier, and I can't make negative emotions, right? And that feels weird. To not be able to look annoyed and angry or scared, like it just doesn't do those. And it's really killing me on the thumbnail front because that's like all the expressions I do. Like, oh no, here's a Chilla's art game. What face are you gonna make? It's like that's my face. Yeah. Oh, a scary ghost and phasmophobia. What do you do? And it's like that's not. I don't look scared or annoyed. I just look like that looks cute. um, but and honestly, like I don't know. Like I do like the I want to try again at some point, sometime here soon. I think with my other model and just see how it works with my other setup, right? Because I didn't get a whole lot of time to adjust it to my new computer, which involved some camera changes and the setup and lighting, right, to get this model working right will, because it was a tracking issue with this model too. And again, this VTube Studio uses the same face tracking software that VC Face does. In fact, it comes from VC Face. I say this all the time, but yeah, a lot of people don't know that, right? A lot of people will be like, no, I think VTube Studio actually has better face tracking software. They're literally using the face tracking software from VC Face. It's it's not better. It's not even their like it's not even the reverse, right? VC Face isn't using VTube Studio. It's not even just that they're using the same. It's using the face tracking software from VC Face. It uses Open Face something something like that. But Open C Face, I think. But yeah, so anyway, I kind of want to just retry it again and see if maybe the other model like works better and just revisit because I haven't really gone back and forth much. Between this model and the other one, I've been just trying to like this one and like it's okay, but again, the outfit is not me, right? The hair isn't me. Use the same software 2D, one seems to work better than the other. Um, no, that's for software in general, in terms of calibration and stuff. The actual like camera tracking tech, right, for like picking up expressions and stuff is the stuff developed by Emiliana VT, who is the creator of VC Face. Um, so if it's like if I'm like, oh, one eye is tracking better than the other, right? And it's like, if one eye keeps blinking and the other doesn't, um, that is something that would happen in both versions, right? And so I was having that issue here with this model as I was having tracking issues for a while, which would have happened with my other model too. And it's probably part of the reason why I was getting frustrated with my other model. And I saw the same frustrations in this model. Uh, but I fixed my lighting a lot to make this one be a bit better. And I think I want to see what this new lighting setup and everything looks like on my other model, and see if that tracking works better. And I mean, to a certain degree, that's just like tracking as terms of like movement sensitivity is that's like a different thing too. Um, but again, I guess the difference is with this model, the expressions, there's not a whole lot of variation to the expressions. So, it's kind of unlikely for me to like, slip into a wrong expression because there is not another expression, right? Um, so like sometimes, especially back in my original days of streaming, I'd accidentally slip into the like surprised expression on, my 3D model, obviously. And if I just opened my mouth a little bit too big when I talked, it would turn into the surprised expression. And so my eyes would like, I can't do it in this model because this model doesn't have a surprised expression, right? And I can't change enough about the facial features to create a surprise expression. Um I can just, add little assets, but I can't, change the nuances of the face enough to really create a proper surprise expression very well. Um, and I don't know, the other model was just more expressive ultimately. Like it had a lot more. It's just it goes back to the other model being much more customizable than this one is. Like I know this one is customizable, but Vroid models are extremely customizable. So being mean to some homies, you know. Well, how am I being mean? What, with like the use of assets? It's kind of funny because no matter situation, the model's face is just staring at. I mean, like, I don't know. I just like I used to be able to make some faces and now I can't make those faces. And I feel, you know, less expressive. And there's nothing wrong with being like, cute, sweet, happy, but that that's not, me. And it's like I'm not the other people and I kind of don't want to, be that. I don't want to be a cute little like kawaii girl, like that's not what I'm going for. And if streaming and being a VTuber meant doing that, I wouldn't want to do it. Because I don't want to like act a character when I stream. And again, it's fine if other people do or if they're like that naturally, but like I'm not. Um and like uh mm, like I don't know, I was way more expressive with the other models, all I can say. And like and uh my hair doesn't look the way I want it to with this model, and the expressions I make aren't what I want to make. Um like I don't know what I how I'm being mean to other people. Like if you mean adding on, other assets to make expressions and use of toggles, like that's fine. I don't mind if other people do, but honestly, yeah, maybe they're not the streamers that I'll watch. I don't have to like everyone. Um, I'm kind of picky in the types of, you know, streamers I watch. Um, Talking on Discord, I as far as VTubers go, I only really watch maybe two VTubers on a weekly basis. Um, because like I mean like it's hard to, I not, don't have all that much free time. I work full time and I stream a fair amount of the time and stuff, and like I can't, watch everyone. And so like, yeah, I have preferences in, you know, like I also don't like streamers. I don't like watching streams that have like bright overlays when they play horror games, right? Because it's hard to look at the game if they have like a bright overlay, and that's a lot of streamers do that. Um, and also I'm not a huge fan of overlays to begin with, but especially bright ones in dark games. For instance, and like I don't mean to insult those creators, it's just like not a preference of mine. I just don't really, like that personally. I know a lot of people do though. A lot of people prefer the like, oh, I like the bright overlay because it makes the game less scary, you know. But for me, I'm like, well, I can't really see the game and it's hard to be immersed in it. But a lot of people aren't even there for the horror game, you know. Um, so it just kind of depends, and a lot of people, like I don't know, I mean like there are a lot of different, types of streamers, and I just want to be the type that I want to be. And like it's nothing wrong with like being a different type or like, using toggles and stuff a lot and things like that. But like I don't really like watching that so much. So I don't want to do that. And even with like thumbnails, if someone, uses the same asset, for their thumbnails over and over again, um, like that's fine. It just doesn't look as good. Um, and if they don't have face in their thumbnail, again, it just says that, there's a thing that is more professional. And, if you just have like a screenshot from the game or something like that, it's just not going to get the same amount of views. And like that's fine. I just like, want to watch people. I don't know. I mean, it's not like I'm going to say no, if I know them, but like out of all the different creators out there, I'm not going to like, click on that video, right? Because like there's a lot of videos out there. Oh, I mean, it's not that it's a bad thing. It's just like, I that's not me. Or it's not a bad thing, but it's not my preference, right? And just because I don't like something doesn't mean it's bad. It just means like I don't like it. No, no, it's just like mm, it's not bad. It's just I don't like it. And those are different things. Those are different things. Trust me. Like it's I would feel bad, right? If it were me, because that's not what I'm going for, right? I have a vision in my head of like, what I want my stream to look like. And if it would look like that, you know, I'd be mad at myself, yeah, because that's not what I want for me, you know? Um, it's kind of like, nothing wrong with being a chef, right? You could be the best chef in the world, a world-class chef. Good job. But like if that were me, I'd be like, why are you doing that? You know? And I'd maybe be disappointed in myself because that's not what I want to do, you know? Or like maybe kind of similar is like, um, I don't know, like stay-at-home mom, right? Like that's great. Good, like if that's what you want to do, that's fine, but I don't want to do that, you know? And so if that were me, then I'd be disappointed and frustrated in myself, which is why it wouldn't be because I wouldn't go in that direction, which is why like I don't rely on, like toggles for instance, because I don't should I go back? Okay, yeah, we'll ask Tara, sure. Let's see. Um, okay. It's the Seven of Cups, which is it's usually represented by a guy sitting there and he's got like rows of cups in front of him and he's making a decision. It's all about having making a decision and having many options. So they basically said, you got a lot of options. Consider, think about it. So, uh, make leave your options open is what it says. Um, which I think I want to see what the background art I look like gets, right? Like that's a big thing for me is I want to see what that looks like. Um, because like for me, the one of the biggest things of using this model, right, is the matching the background art. And I want to see what because I think I have someone who I want to commission for it, and I was up way late. I didn't go to bed until like 3:30 last night. Um, and because I was like up working on the my new background, and kind of blocking it out and like doing a horrible design of it in Canva. And but it's good. It's good. It's gonna be really good. And I think I have an idea of who I want to commission for it, right? Like, it's kind of tricky to find someone who does the exact style and someone who can do animations. The I hate to say like the way I want them, but a lot of the animations are people just throwing a little butterfly effect over top of something. And honestly, like those are kind of easy animations to, they're not like, mm, like I can do some of those animations. I don't need to pay someone $100 to do those animations. You just throw it in the app and you put the things on. Like I know how to do it. So it's so some of them I'm not so sure how skilled the artists are in animation for doing what I want, right? Because like you look through their portfolio and you see the animations that they do, and I'm like, they have a range, right? They have a range and a type of thing they do, and I have a couple animations that I want to make sure, like fire, for instance, right? Like I wanted to keep the fire, but some of them I'm not so sure they can animate fire because they've never done it. Um, and they have very specific animations that they repeatedly do. So, you kind of get a sense of their range. So it's kind of hard to find someone who has the style I want and someone who I think can do the animations I want. But I think I found someone. They're at waitlist right now, but they seem to be pretty quick about things. So like I'm so surprised how fast the background artists say their turnaround time is. Like a lot of them say like 2 to 4 weeks, and I'm like, how on earth is your time 2 to 4 weeks for a whole background? Yet you want, I mean, maybe it's just because they have fewer commissions, but like if you commission like an um like illustrator for like a bust up pose of your model, that's like 6 to 8 weeks, and I'm like, I don't understand. But I guess maybe they're just busier. But it does make me a little suspicious about the background artist because I'm like, how do you do so much more work in such quicker time? I don't understand. But yeah, so uh but yeah, the I do want to, like I said, I just want to try out the old model one of these days to see if the tracking is fixed with this new lighting system. The new lighting setup I have, right? That fixed this model because this model also had problems. And I want to see if that helps with that model. And I want to then also see how that would fit in with my new background because I'm like not super sure. Like it might work, might not. Um, so we'll see how that goes. Because that's one big thing that I wanted for this model was because it seemed more likely to fit. It gave me more options to find a background that fits the style of this model compared to fits the style of my last model. But again, with this model, I don't I mean, like I don't like the clothes that this model wears. For instance, right? That is one thing, and my hair is not correct. So if I do commission art, like I can't show them pictures of this model for reference because it would not be right. And like I kind of want to have a model that is correct for the character. Would be great. And yeah, and I'm just really like these were just minor things before, but today just really hit me how much more expressive my old model was compared to this one. And I miss that a lot. I miss it a lot. Um this model I can kind of just stare straight ahead or smile and that's about it. Um and I miss having the other expressions. And so I think it's time that we revisit the other model at some point in time here, maybe in the next week. And people just send a pic of themselves and say, make me anime. Oh, well, I can't do that because I don't look like exactly like my character. I have a character I've designed, right? Like I and also I don't want to dox myself. Like I don't want to do that. Um, so like I have characters. I don't want to redo. I have I I have this OC that I have lore for, and I've been streaming with over 2 years, and I don't want to like start over just because I because I want to be able to use this model like Gundam stuff an anime version. No, I mean like the art. Like if I send a photo to an artist, they then have my picture, right? Like so, um, and like they're probably not going to do anything with it, but you know, ideally, uh, I don't have to do that. And I don't know why that would be significant either, because it's just like I have brown hair and blue eyes. That's how I'm similar to this character, right? But if it were like, oh, okay, like it's like for the biggest thing, a big thing is like the hair, and this mouth is wrong, and okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, people do it, and that's good for them, but like, not, I don't want to do that. Um, like if I want more art, I have to send. I can't send this model, right? I have to send my other model, especially because the outfits as well, right? Like this is not what my OC wears. Um, so I have to send the outfits from my other model, and I have to send the hair from the other model, and uh, this eye shape isn't correct. Um, so like at that point, it's like I just need the other, it's just this is not, canonically what my character looks like. And that's why, the other model is, also why I feel better with, well, like, no, it's not right. It's almost like, I mean, I mean, I'm not saying no. I am saying that it's not right. I I don't know how to say the tone differently. Like, I I don't know how to change the tone. I don't know what other tone to say other than like it's not right. And in some ways it's Uno in terms of like what I feel comfortable with, right? Like I have never I've streamed with this model, gotten used to this model, but I've never connected to it. Okay. Enjoy feeding people with ice waters. Um, but like I just like I've never connected with this model, right? I never really felt like this model expresses me. And in some ways that like takes some of the fun out of streaming, right? Because like I mean, I'm kind of here just vibing and that's still fine, but like I don't know. I kind of want a model that I feel like expresses me better. And um and and also I have this thing where I really dislike people misunderstanding me kind of, or making incorrect assumptions about me, because then when they aren't true, people get surprised. And I really dislike surprising people. Because in some ways people kind of then like it's not like they blame you, but surprising people makes them uncomfortable, right? And then they're like, "Oh, you have made me uncomfortable." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, who I am has made you uncomfortable, right?" But it makes sense. It's mine, but it's not mine. Yeah, exactly. It's like this isn't like a good representation of me. And I don't feel like when I see my model on the screen, I don't really feel like I'm, you know, looking at myself the same way. I could feel that with my other model, is the thing. And I thought maybe if I use this one more, like I thought maybe it was just because this one was new, but I don't think it's just because it's new. Because like I'm kind of, use this one for like a month and a half now, and I'm still not really connecting with it. The amount of times you said something and it gets misinterpreted. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like people think I am something in particular, and then they find out something different, and then, they're like, "Oh, you aren't who I thought you were." And it's like, "Oh, sorry." They're like people for instance, people be like, "Oh, you probably just go home and read, make some tea, read, um and maybe like study a language, like I don't know, and they'll be like, "Oh, if I told them no, I go home and I play video games," they'll be like, "What, you video game?" And then I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "That's not right." And then it's like, "Yeah," or I'll listen to music and they're like, "What do you listen to? Beethoven, Mozart?" And I'll be like, I mean, yeah, when I was like little, but like now, pop punk's my favorite genre. And they'll be like, "No, that can't be right." Or like, if I get, mad about something, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like, I don't know, people kind of make you out to be something. And then, when you break their preconceived notions, they kind of, or the box they put you in, then like I don't know. In the past, I've had a lot of experience where people kind of get annoyed at you because changed, you know you weren't what they thought you were, and they get mad about that. So New Indiana Jones mostly just puzzling. So you're so locked in. Well, that's fun. Puzzles are fun. And just music, yeah. It's like people, I don't know, like they just expect something, and then if you're not that thing, they like, I don't know. I get where they're coming from. They're like, "Oh, I thought you were this, but you're not." And in some ways, they might be a little bit embarrassed, right? Because, they, incorrectly assume things about you, and that can kind of be a little bit embarrassing, to be caught off guard. And it makes them feel vulnerable, and like I get why they might be kind of defensive about that, but like I don't like putting people in that position, um, and I don't know. So kind of, I guess, my fear of putting people in that position makes me, want to try to express myself well, right? Um, and like, I don't, and in a way that makes, especially like if I can choose a model and VTuber of who I can be and who I want to show to people, like I want it to be of like to represent me. I want it to be a particular thing, and this just isn't it. This model really isn't it. Um, so, and like, and I'm seriously wondering, like, as much as I like the 2D model, I am wondering how much like range of expression is possible in a 2D model in general. Like I kind of, I mean, I guess it would depend on the artist and rigor, um, if I got my own model, but like, I'm like, how much of it is this model and how much of it is just 2D to begin with, right? That's my problem. Um, like if I did commission my completely own model, would I even actually want to go for another, 3D model rather than a 2D? Like 2D feels easier to use, but again, I don't quite feel mm, like I don't know. I miss the range of expression I had with my other model. Is basically all it is I miss that. Especially in turning my head. I miss being able to turn my, but I know that's if it like the style of the model, and if I got a different model, I could turn my head. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. But we'll see. I think a lot of it will come down to also, well, I won't try the other model again just to see how it feels. revisit it after having gotten used to this one, right? Like maybe I'm just like making the past one out to be something it's not, right? Maybe I'm like saying, "Oh, it was so much more expressive," when it actually wasn't, and I'm, just kind of like being nostalgic and, making this back in the golden age of my old model, right? And just like, misremembering things, right? Um, Maybe that's the case. That's why I want to try it out, yeah, curse of nostalgia. So I want to try out the other model again to compare. After I now that I'm used to this one, I feel like I can barely compare it to my last one, but I need to revisit my last one because I haven't used it in a while. So I need to kind of go back and forth a little bit here for a while, I think. And I also need to just kind of to list the things I need to see in the decision making here. Because again, the tarot card, Seven of Cups, said a lot of things to factor in and consider, keep my options open, and so like other factors are once I get caught up on my VODs and also put up the shorts and everything like that. Because can't I had to film the video uh a new short saying I got a new model because I don't want to just switch to the new model in shorts, right? I want to at least post something that's like, hey, look, I got a new model. So because I don't have any shorts with this new model yet. Um, so I need to do that. And then I want to get my VODs up. That's my priority. And then new shorts, and then the clips of stuff as shorts and everything like that. And then see how, because obviously, like I said, like the view count hasn't been different, and it's kind of been pretty stagnant. Um, but I know my growth has been stagnant. So if view count stagnant, like, well, obviously then, if growth is stagnant, view count will be stagnant. That makes sense, you know. And my growth has been stagnant not because of the model, but because I haven't been posting. So I want to get back into, posting the shorts and then see, are we seeing the correct growth, from the shorts with this model, right? And kind of see how that works out. And then I need to see how the background will look. And then uh yeah. But like I fully thought I was gonna go with this model, but again, like um the, wrench in the cogs today was the lack of expression for thumbnails. Like it is, you just gotta trust me on this one. It is a huge, huge difference. Um, if you aren't familiar with Vroid, you don't really know what it looks like on the back end for taking those screenshots and posing the model. But it was a huge, huge difference. Um, Enormous. Makes so much better thumbnails, to be honest, so much better. So that's like actually a, but we'll see. I'll try my best. When I need this model for a thumbnail, I'll try my best with this, and then we'll see how those VODs do on YouTube, right? Um, See if they do well. Even though I don't think the thumbnails are gonna look as good as um they did using my last model. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I just make this face on every single thumbnail, right? Just go every single thumbnail. Like I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Maybe everyone likes that face. Maybe everyone will click on it. Every single person in the world. And I'll be the most viewed video on YouTube. People will be like, "Oh, is she a K-pop artist? How is she getting so many views?" They'll say, and it'll be like, "No, she's just a VTuber that makes that face in every thumbnail." Maybe then maybe I'll keep doing it. I don't know. But I as of now, like I'm not. I just don't think that's gonna. But we'll see, right? We're still looking for data, right? We're still in a testing phase. But I think I kind of have like to have a good idea by like June or so. Um, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I miss my hair flopping around too, right? The hair here is like a little, mm, It's just not the same. I miss the hair. This hair just isn't it compared to my last model. But that's because it's 2D, and I get that. I get that. The struggles of 2D rigging, that makes sense. But, as easy as it is to use VTube Studio, maybe I just like the end result of 3D better. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. But that's just kind of, where I'm at right now, thoughts wise and everything. Hold on, I need to change this image here now. Hold on. Okay, we're good. All right, let's play the game. Let's play the game. Here we go. We need to play our game. We gotta keep Gretchen safe. If we don't get into the game soon, she might die. Who knows? I don't know why, but she might. All right, continue. Okay, we're inside of. Oh, perfect. We're inside a mine. Okay, I forgot we were in the mines. Wonderful. So glad to be here. All right. The inside of the mine is warmer than you'd expect. The air thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall, forcing you and Tabitha to hunch over, your legs bent in a painful squat as you begin to navigate its maze of corridors. Hold on. Subject volume. Okay. Do you know why the entrance to this place is boarded up? Oh, right, there was a collapse, right. I don't even remember what was going on in this game. Because it ran out of coal? Because deep down you like being curmudgeon? No, why? Remain silent. Because there was a collapse 100 years ago that killed a bunch of people? 168 people. A man named Charles Shaw decided it was okay to use faulty wood for support struts, and the entire mine came down. It almost ruined our family. A lucky few died instantaneously, but for most of the souls who perished here, it was slow and agonizing. Trapped under rubble and left to slowly succumb to crushed injuries or burns or dehydration. It took a week to clear out most of the rubble and recover the bodies. Few survivors who were dragged out were never the same. I can't say I blame them. Think about it. Isn't it the price we pay for life? What? See, your idea of bonding. I get it. It's dangerous here. Be careful. What makes you so sure it was Charles Shaw's fault? I mean, I don't want to be, blaming our family. I mean, because it's not Tabitha, right? And I'm part of this family, too. So, makes you so sure it was Charles Shaw's fault? It doesn't really matter whose fault it is. That's ancient history at this point. 100 years on, who cares about pointing fingers and passing blame? Everyone involved is long dead. What I care about are the 168 people who climbed down to their deaths that day, unaware of the hand they'd been dealt until they were literally buried by it. What? I don't know. None of us know the price we have to pay until our debt is due. Tabitha's ruminations are interrupted by a thunderous knock echoing from deeper in the mine. You know we're going to the mine. It was I think we were looking for someone, right? We were looking for that one old lady's daughter, I think called Tabitha, and was like, hey, we're looking for this little girl in town or something like that. And then we found out she was going to the mine somehow. So I think we're in here looking for that little girl. I think. Or I might be getting confused with Life is Strange True Colors. I don't where the boy went up to the mines, and that's when the bad thing happened in Life is Strange True Colors. I mean, I guess there were some bad things. I don't know. The thing that I thought was really bad for the game. I mean, not bad, but sad. The tragedy struck, right? I yearned for the mines. Yeah, I guess. Can't escape them. But in that one game, Blueprints, right? It turns out that we don't have to go into the mines, right? In that game, we just unlock the gem cave. Not even mines, it's a gem cave, and we just unlock it, which means we start every day with 2 gems. We never actually go in there. I don't think. I don't know. I haven't actually gone and checked. Maybe we should check it out at some point. But we don't have to go in there as far as I'm aware, so that's nice. That's a game where you don't have to go into the mines, and that's a win as far as I'm concerned. Freaking mines. A hateful and broken presence stirs in the deep. It doesn't want you here. Okay. I have to move fast before something terrible happens here. Sounds like Roth's shifting somewhere deeper in the mine. We should be careful. What the hell is that? Oh god, the mine's about to collapse, isn't it? Remain silent. We're gonna be book smart. Sounds like rock shifting somewhere deep in the mine. We should be careful. Have you not been careful up until this point? Did I give you my whole tragedies of the past spiel for nothing? Come on, it came from this way. I'm just pointing out that rocks are crumbling up ahead, okay? Being careful in general is different than being careful after you hear rocks falling up ahead. Tabitha hastens her pace and quickly disappears deeper into the mine. Okay, I guess we follow her. Not like we have a choice. You take a deep breath and follow suit. The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Coal dust hangs in thick clouds around you, even though this place was abandoned over a century ago. Echoing through the tight corridors, you and Tabitha can pick up snippets of a tense argument. A disdainful teen girl. Oh, okay. I can't believe your dad sent people to follow you. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as harassment. You're right, Becca. It is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be. You could at least check in so he knows you're not dead. He loves you and worries about you. He's really not asking for much. Come on, kiddos. There's some real spooky stuff going on in this town right now. You shouldn't be hanging out down here. We're not kids. A teen boy. Oh my gosh. Is the whole town in this mine? Yeah, we're teens. Well, you look like a bunch of kids to me. Are those canned strawberry margaritas? Where did you even get those? Oh no, I know that isn't you, Miles. It had better not be you. Yeah, whatever, it's me. What are you even doing down here? Looks like we found our trespassers. I still can't believe that Stella managed to drag Kanika out here. She avoids me like the plague. Yeah, what's the Okay, well, let's ask, what's the deal with you and Kanika? Because that doesn't progress the story. Honestly, I have no idea. I don't hold anything against her aside from the fact that she's always hated me. She probably just got jealous that Stella and I started spending time together. But that was years ago, so who knows? Okay, why is she listening like that? What do you think of Kanika? You're probably right. She's jealous and needs to get over it. I think she just hates her family. No offense, but you are a little rough around the edges. What do you think of Kanika? I think the two of us are more alike than she'd ever care to admit. I respect her, but don't tell her I said that. I wouldn't want to appear weak. Okay. Let's move on. They're close. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageways give way to a small cavern. Within a group of teens engages Stella and Kanika in a heated argument. All of them are too caught up in the moment to notice you or Tabitha approach. It's Gretchen! And Stella and Kanika, and then 5 teens. Oh god, they all need voices. Okay, one of them's emo. That's good. That's good. Okay, they're all little, like, grungy punk emo. So, I need you guys to have a different accent. Come on. Hoodie girl. Okay, great. Who's Hoodie? Oh, wait. Oh, this is a girl. My bad. For some reason I thought it was a guy. Okay, that's Hoodie girl, I think. Unless this is a girl. But it's more of a guy hair. So this is Hoodie girl. My dad is a foreman at the continuous mining facility, and he says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe, and we can hang out here whenever we want. Plaid girl, okay. Wait, Becca, I thought your dad was a charge hand. No, Alexis, he got promoted last month. Correction. Your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. What did I do to her accent? Your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job in the morning. What? Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Tabby. And Sel. I guess you two caught up to us. Hanging around with Tabitha today, I guess? Oh, well, at least maybe you two can talk some sense into these kids. They clearly don't respect my authority. Hey, don't talk about us like we aren't here. Yeah, we can hear you. Alexis, don't butt in. I'm trying to make a point. Do none of you understand what a boarded up mine entrance is supposed to mean? It means it's closed, condemned, not fit for human use. Aw, come on, this place is way sturdy. Check it out. The teen with the beanie jumps up and slaps a strut in the ceiling. Oh, was that the knocking we heard earlier? Oh my god, Zane, cut it out. You're embarrassing us. I'm sorry for Zane's behavior. Why can't I get her voice down? I had it for a second. I'm sorry for Zane's behavior. I don't think he realizes how extremely 8th grade it is to jump up and hit things. Oh my gosh, so true. They got this down. That is such... Why do 8th grade boys do that exactly? I know it starts in 6 and 7, but I know 8th grade boys do it in particular, and it kind of stops after that. But why do they do it? Why do you jump up and hit things? Why? Why? And why does the subsequent generations, I don't think they learn from the past ones. Because I've still seen, like, you know, middle school kids do that out and about. Like, why? No offense, Rosalina. None taken. The other 8th graders are totally immature. Not like you, Rosalina. You're chill and smart, too. Enough. The damage is already done. Now leave. I'm putting my mother in the ground this week. I do not have the patience to deal with children. I can't believe I actually agree with Tabitha about anything, but this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life, and I would like to see the sun again before I die. Aw, come on, you guys. Maybe it's not a big deal. We used to do dangerous things all the time, and I still do dangerous things now. Who are we to tell them where they can hang out? I don't know who you think you are in this situation, Stella, but I own this mine. It is entirely within my rights to tell them to leave. Much like it is entirely within my rights to tell you to leave. Was your lifetime ban for my mind's not clear enough message for you? Hell yeah, Tabitha. Tear the sad 20-something to shreds. Why can't I get her voice? Oh my god, it's not that hard. Hell yeah, Tabitha. Oh, I keep doing like that accent, and I don't want the southern accent for her. Blah, 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 blah. Hell yeah, Tabitha. Tear the sad 20-something to shreds. Whatever, okay. I ignore her voice, it's not gonna be good. Hey, I'm defending you, and I'm not sad. Where'd you get that idea? Running a clickbaity YouTube channel where you run around in the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. So she's sad, so what? Give it a couple years and you'll be sad too. Passage of time is inescapable. Look, we just wanted to give Rosalina a good time. Her home life sucks right now. Yeah. Tell him about where you have to sleep, Rosalina. We've been living in the library for the past couple weeks. Dad says we can't stay at our house. Was ain't this guy? They've got a hot plate and a couple cots in one of the back rooms. It's actually a pretty sick setup. No, it isn't, Zane. Rosalina deserves better. I don't care about your home life. If you're going to do your underage drinking, go do it in the woods. Just get off my property. Tabitha. Why did her eyes get scary like that? What is wrong with you? Look, Rosalina, I'm sure Oscar has a good reason for all that. He's a good guy, and he cares about you. He thinks our house is haunted. Oh. Wait, what? And I should care because? Because it's such a bullshit excuse. I bet he couldn't afford it anymore and is lying to you to save face. What a coward. Becca, I don't think you can, like, say that about other people's families. Isn't that, like, bullying or something? Shut up, Zane. Back up. He says it's haunted? I can't believe he didn't mention it to me. I could investigate. There's no ghost, Stella. It would be cool if there was, but Becca's right. I just wish he would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't even think I can handle it. Like I'm still a little kid. Ugh, you're all children. And none of you realize how good you have it. Back in the day, each and every one of you would be pulling 12-hour shifts in this exact mine. If it weren't for child labor laws, the 5 of you might have some actual character. Exactly. Rosalina's not that mature anyways. She still sleeps with stuffed animals. That doesn't mean she's not mature. You still have pork chop, you know? I rest my case. Wait, what did you say about child labor? Okay, I'm not going to weigh in on this. Between you and your dad and the two of you should talk about... Why am I even saying I'm not going to weigh in on this? It's between you and your... What? As though the decision's down to me? It's between you and your dad. I'm not gonna weigh in. Like, bro, it's also Tabitha owns this mine, okay? Like, you probably should listen to Tabitha and get out of the mine, because it's her mine. But also, like, I'm not sure she owns it because she runs it, right? It's not safe. You need to leave. But, like, you know, I'm not... Why would I even say I'm not gonna weigh in on it? Like, there's no expectation for me to weigh in on it. Like, it's just so crazy. But I will, probably. Oscar is doing, but like if I decide not to, like I don't have to make a declaration of that. This feels weird. I would just remain silent if that were the case. I'm sure Oscar's doing this to protect you. You're right, Oscar's treating more like an adult. How do you know there isn't a ghost? At this rate, I'd be surprised if your house wasn't haunted. How do you know there isn't a ghost? Ugh, why are all the adults in this town such weirdos? There is no ghost. There are no such things as ghosts. Oscar is just lying. Yo, what if we break in and ghost bust the place anyways, just to be sure? Oh my god, Zane. You can't ghost bust if there is no ghost. Okay, and then Miles. Also Rosalina lives there. She can't break into her own house. I don't know what his voice is gonna be. There's no ghost that you know of. I bet we could figure out how to bust it if it's actually real. And if it isn't real, well, problem solved. You know, Rosalina, you could always stay over at my house until Stella ghost busts your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch. Why are we talking about this like it's a thing? It's not a thing. There is no ghost. I don't care, and I can't believe I've wasted this much of my time trying to argue with children. I'm washing my hands of this and calling the cops. Feel free to leave before they show up. You hear that, Miles? We're leaving. I suggest the rest of you kids leave this empty mine before someone gets black lung, or gets crushed by rocks, or meets any of one of the many terrible fates people tend to meet in abandoned mines. So, Kaninka is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. That wasn't me, I swear! Then what was it? Come on, Stella. Didn't you have a whole list of perfectly natural explanations for scary mine noises? It's Tommy knockers, for sure. I know this isn't why we came down here, but we've got to check it out. They're an old Cornish myth named for the knocking sound you can sometimes hear in mines right before collapse. Some say the knocking's a warning, while others say it's the spirits themselves bringing down the mines. I think it's probably the pressure and the stones shifting, but you know, whatever. Stella? I mean, that's not all they do. They're also sometimes just mischievous. Stella? I know, but we're stuff's been happening around here the past few days. What if this is our chance to get an actual solid lead? The stakes couldn't be higher. Do you have no sense of self-preservation? I want you out of here, Stella. Aw, come on, Tabby. You can come along, too. If you guys are going after something spooky, count me in. Nobody is going deeper in the mine. Nobody's staying in the mine. We're all leaving. Please listen to Tabitha before my heart gives out. It'll be fun, Neeks. It will not. Wait a second. Where'd 3 of you run off to? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Wow, Kanika. Maybe if you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you would have noticed them sneak off. I noticed them sneak off, and like I've been zoning out the whole time while we've been here. I need a different voice for him, but I don't know what's going to be. Ugh. They must just have squeezed through that child-sized tunnel. Dang, I've always wondered where that goes. I've never been able to get these hips through there. Stella, stop sneaking in my minds. Please, I'm literally begging you. If only all the tunnels down here were wide enough for adults, we could already be done with this little mess. But no, there just have to be remnants from a bygone era. Did you just talk about how child labor was the good old days a minute ago? I was trying to get you to leave the mine. Yeah, look, her little head pop out. Becca's head pops out. Becca's head pops out from the tunnel's entrance. We are not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. We've been in here 1,000,000 times. Yeah, if Becca says we're safe, then we're totally safe. Whatever. Come on, you two. I know a cool spot this way. Okay, I think I know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. I'll go look for them. And I want each and every one of you to take note of the fact that I'm doing that. If those idiots get themselves lost and die, I am not letting their family sue me into the ground. Are those really your priorities right now? Yeah, do you have a problem with that? I want the rest of you out of my mind. Except for you, Stell. I'm not letting you out of my sight. Yeah, sure, I could never fit in that tunnel anyways. They have crossed a barrier that I cannot, so my time here is up. But only because Stella promised me a ghost hunt tomorrow. Whatever, I still have to do my dailies anyway, and the service down here sucks. Like, what's up with her dark, scary eyes? I don't like it. I will happily escort these 2 knuckleheads out. No, you are not about to weasel your way into this, Stella. Or whoops, was that Stella? My bad. For some reason I thought it was Kanika because her eyes changed. Aw, come on, Tabby. I've been down here a ton. I can totally help out. Tabitha sighs. Ugh, there's no getting rid of you, is there? Fine, I don't waste my time arguing. Okay. Read a lot of stories about cave rescuers needing their own rescues. We should get some professionals down here. What's the point of going after them? They don't want to listen to us. We could just all leave. Do I have to come with you? Stella, don't push Tabitha's boundaries like that. Tabitha, don't push Stella that way. She hasn't done anything to deserve it. I am not getting in the middle of this. There's no way around it. It isn't just those kids. Something is calling out to us from down below. Alright, let's go. I'm not getting in the middle of this. There's nothing to get in the middle of. It's fine. I said Stella can tag along. Okay. What's the point of going after them? They don't want to listen to us. I don't want to be stuck in an abandoned mine playing cat and mouse all night. Look, I just want to put in my due diligence in case their parents try to sue me for their own negligence. If we catch up to them and they decide they want to continue to be a nuisance, then fine. They can rot down here for all I care. Inspiring. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Their teenage bravado will probably start to shrivel away in not too long, and we'll be there to help them safely and calmly find the nearest exit when that happens. Don't worry, it'll be fun and safe. I'm sure that's exactly what you told her last night. We all know how that ended. Yeah, a guy died. no way around it. Or no, I don't want to say that. I'm coming with you, but it's because I want to come along, not because you're making me. I'm coming along, but I want to stress this against my will and better judgment. I'm just gonna remain silent. Let's not linger any longer than we have to, shall we? Want me to take Gretchen with me? I don't know if it'll be easier to cover more ground without her. Haha, yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't want a repeat of last night. Who knows if we'll have to do any climbing. I'll see you on the other side, hopefully soon. For sure, we won't be long. Cool, can't wait to bust some ghosts tomorrow. Okay, well, she's taking Gretchen out. Gretchen will be safe. Kanika, Miles, and Zane head towards the entrance of the mines, leaving you, Tabitha, and Stella to find the remaining teens. Alright, no dawdling. We should be able to catch up with them if we go this way. You and Stella exchange a glance as Tabitha ventures forward. Venture deeper into the mine. We too shall venture. Let's all venture. As the three of you move deeper into the mine, you hear echoes of conversation bounce across the walls. But, Becca, why are we doing this again? I thought you thought Tabitha was, like, really cool. Why are you trying to get her all mad? We're doing this because Tabitha is really cool. She doesn't let anyone boss her around, so we can't just let her boss us around. Aw, you hear that, Tabby? Someone thinks you're cool. I can't believe she used to hang out with a nobody like Stella. Hey. I don't know. I think Stella's kind of cool. Her videos are really neat. Oh, come on. She doesn't even have a sponsor. What kind of a YouTuber doesn't have a sponsor? Not all YouTubers are sponsored. It's kind of weird. Sponsorships are just one metric of, like, ad revenue. I mean, ad revenue does some, but obviously merchandise. Maybe she's heavy on the merch. Like, honestly, being sponsored sometimes can be a little cringy sometimes, depending on the sponsor. You know, when people are hyping up like little mobile games they don't play or products they don't eat or drink or whatever. You know, like they don't even like those things, but they take those sponsorships anyway. Like, honestly, that's kind of cringy. It's kind of cringy. I mean, not yet, but I'm in talks with Meat Rats, and I make plenty from ads and donations. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you do well on other metrics, then you don't need it. BRB, okay. Take your time. Let's go to have a tea and girl think you're cool, Tabitha. Thanks, Stella. Meat Rice, that's a big deal. Yeah, let's hype her up. Big deal. They're on like every big podcast. Thank you. It feels like a really big step for the channel. Here's brought to you by the Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah, woo. I haven't actually. I kind of forgot about Raid Shadow Legends for like a year. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for the reminder. Man, I have seen creators though who, you know, did sponsorships and stuff, and like I saw, you know, their fans, you know, like get the little game apps and things and like, you know, friend the creator, and they like thank you for the redeems. But they like, you know, friend the creator in the little game and everything, and then or like, you know, look them up and they like see, you know, oh, they play, they earn these points or whatever, you know, and you know, and then they get into the game because they're like, oh, so and so, you know, YouTuber plays this game, oh, that's so cool, let's play with them, you know, or whatever, and like, you know, they'll do that, and then like, you know, 2 years later, the creator will say like in like, I don't know, you know, like somewhere in like a, you know, Instagram story or something, they'll say like, you know, like, oh yeah, people, guys, like fans, like they, I don't know why you guys, you know, are you let yourself be fooled like that. Obviously, I don't like those games, and like that wasn't even me playing them. Like I let them use my name for an account, and someone else with the company plays. Like you actually, and you guys thought that was me. Like I can't believe you guys fell for that. But like, yeah, guys, you know all that stuff sucks, and I hate that stuff. You know, like, and the fact that they kind of shame their own fans into like, I can't believe you thought that that was me playing the game and that I actually liked the game. Like, and it's like, ooh, that just feels like, I don't know. Like, even if, well, one, I don't think this creator should take those sponsors, but also, those sponsorships, you know, shouldn't take them to begin with if they're going to be so disingenuous about it, you know. But also, like, to turn around and like shame your fans for believing what they say, like, I can't believe, you know, you believed me, is such a weird, you know, weird thing. I mean, on the one hand, like, yeah, like, I guess, like, yeah, you guys probably shouldn't have believed it, obviously. Like, people aren't always super into their, you know, sponsorships. But, like, yeah, especially if it's, like, a silly little mobile game. But, you know, for a creator that then, like, you know, openly shame their fans like that kind of sucks, so. All the cool new heroes of Raid Shadow Legends, including the Inquisitor. Use code TOASTER to get new Inquisitor for free, only in Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't know. I forget. I haven't seen anyone mention Raid Shadow Legends in a long time. It's been quite a while. What was something that people were doing sponsorships for recently? I don't even remember. I feel like most of the, I mean, like, I guess because I mostly watch, I mean, besides, like, you know, NordVPN stuff or whatever, like, because I guess YouTubers do more sponsorships, I feel like, than Ground News is a big one. What? I don't know that. I feel like YouTubers do more sponsorships than streamers. Like, streamers usually their sponsorships are like they got a new game to try, or like early access to a game, right? And literally sometimes the pay is just the, you know, Steam key for early access. So like some streamers I watch like regularly get given games by devs, you know, like a week or two before the release to play. But you know, but they don't get paid otherwise. They just, you know, get early access. But like they got early access to what games did, like Balatro, I think, and something else. Something else. I forget what. But yeah. I feel like YouTubers do more sponsorships. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of the YouTubers I watch don't post content because they're not streamers. And they don't post content often enough for me to get a like consistently remember, because it might be like once a month or something, right? And I don't remember you know, from month to month what their previous sponsor was essentially. So I don't watch them with enough, don't get to watch them with enough because they don't upload enough regularity to, you know, see a consistent sponsor pattern, I guess. But I don't know, haven't really heard of, you know, proper random sponsors like that kind of in a while, actually. Definitely been a while. I just wish Becca hadn't said all those things she said tonight. She's just mean. It had nothing to do with you. Yeah, I don't like her. For a public figure, I'm surprised you don't thicker skin. We're gonna remain silent. I don't want to call her mean. But I also don't want to, you know, blame Stella. And I don't want to, again, say I don't like this little teen girl. I'm surprised you don't have thicker skin about this, Stella. You never struck me as someone who let other people's opinions bother you. If you did, I wouldn't have to try so hard to keep you off my property. Well, I know you don't mean it. Agree to disagree. Okay. Oh man, I wish they were gossiping about me. I'm glad they're not gossiping about, why am I making it about me? Let's press on. You quietly press on. Another knock, closer, interrupts your thoughts, followed by another, followed by another. Is it just me, or is that knocking coming from the same direction as those kids? It's not just you. Okay, that knocking is really starting to freak me out. Calm down, Rosalina. It's just mind sounds. Did you guys see that? No, it was just a shadow. There's no reason to get freaked out. I saw it. Shut up. There's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me. That sounds just the active mind echoing through the walls, right? Are we sure the tunnel they went through is going to meet back up with us? I mean, let's ask our book smart sound about this. I can't talk tonight. Let's ask our book smart option about the sound. That sounds just the active mind echoing through the walls, right? Nah, it's Tommy knockers. I'm sure of it. It's not Tommy knockers. That being said, it's also definitely not the active mind. We use a machine these days, and it sounds nothing like that. It's probably just fallen rocks somewhere deeper in the mine, which is also bad for obvious reasons. Are we sure the tunnel they went through is going to meet back up with us? Yes, I'm familiar with all of those old maps of the place. There should be a central chamber not too far from here where everything joins back up. Okay. Those poor kids. No, not those poor kids. They got themselves into it. I knew coming down here was a bad idea. I can't believe they're making us do this. They'd better get grounded when this is all said and done. We're getting closer. Let's keep moving. I knew coming down here was bad. Yeah, I don't want to go to the mines. I never want to go to the mines. I knew coming down here was a bad idea. Those kids are going to die, and then we're going to die too. I didn't want to get quite that doomer, but, you know, fine. Nobody's going to die unless you start panicking. Get grip on yourself. We're getting closer. Let's keep moving. As you progress deeper into the mine, the knocking grows more frequent. It's still distant, but it's much louder than before. The tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the echoes of terrified teens, their panicked arguing bouncing down the pitch-black corridors. The pit radiates rage. The pit, with capital P and everything. The pit radiates rage, a white-hot anger. It hates you, but at the heart of it, you can sense something else, the quiet hum of a darker presence. The heart calls to you, desperate to be witnessed. And here we are. The tunnel they crawl through passes right through the chamber below. It shouldn't be hard to find them once we get down there. I've never been this far in. Congratulations, Stella. You got what you wanted. Tabitha crawls up to the ladder and disappears over its edge. Alright, let's do this. Stella hoists herself over the edge and begins to climb down. Follow them down into the pit. You walk to the ladder and climb down. I wonder if those times where I have no other option, if there would be another option if I had a different personality trait, right? I'm pretty sure this is the way back. Come on. Pretty sure? I thought you'd been down here before. Okay, maybe I didn't get this far in, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I definitely remember the way out. Hurry, I don't want to be down here anymore. I think it was actually this way. Oh, shut up. No one even wanted you to come with us. Anyway. Becca? Yep, they're close, all right. Good thing they're so damn loud. It sounds like they're really lost. The voices around you, those of the teens and your companions, sound odd, distant. Step forward. There is something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. Walk towards it. You don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest, a desperate need to perceive and be perceived. Wrap yourself in the darkness of the pit. Apparently, it's what we're doing. Hey, you alright, Sil? I'm gonna bear witness, I guess. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there! Your cousin dives towards you. but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. What? You said we wouldn't use this shipment. You know it's compromised. We couldn't afford to wait on new wood, Charles. We had to go ahead with it. It's the broken wood. It's still sturdy enough. It'll get the job done. Sal, are you alright? Oh, thank God you're alive. It looked like you had a seizure or something, and then you and Tabby just conked out. Me and Tabitha? It must be something to do with our family. Like a curse on our family. I'm fine. Ugh. You can barely open your eyes. You're not fine. Neither of you move a muscle. I don't want you straining yourselves while you're still recovering from whatever that was. I'm going to get you both some help. I'll be back soon, I promise. You fade back out of consciousness as your companion clambers out of the pit, intent on your rescue. You rise up on your elbows, head still swimming from the visions your surroundings coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. Through it, you once again hear the panicked voices of bickering teenagers echoing down the stone corridors. Becca, you're just getting us more lost. It's this way. If you're so sure, then why don't you just leave? I can't believe I let Alexis talk me into inviting you in the first place. Becca, I'm just trying to help. I said go. Okay, I will. Alexis, you don't have to go with her. You know that, right? Pick a side, Alexis. I'm sure Becca knows where we're going. She wouldn't just lie. Sorry, Rosalina. The increasingly desperate voices of the teens are drowned out by the thunderous knocking. You can practically feel the ground shake beneath you. You can almost see the walls vibrate with the intensity of the hellish sound. God, that knocking is not helping my headache. What the hell just happened? Also, both of us were shown the truth of this place. Yeah, both of us were shown the dark truth of this place, the sins that were committed, the deaths that followed. There's gotta be some fumes or something down here. It's an old mine. These places are death traps. We probably just hallucinated. Are you literally gaslighting me? I'll just let it go. The only thing that matters right now is the knocking. You need to get out of here. Rosalina appears in the passageway to your left, out of breath and teary-eyed. I'm so sorry I snuck off like that. I just wanted Alexis to think I was cool. The entire cavern shakes with the sound of rockfall. I don't know what the hell is up with this knocking, but that is the sound of a mine collapse. Quick, up that ladder, both of you. I wasn't the one gaslighting. Tabitha was gaslighting. Wait. Becca and Alexis are still down here. We can't just leave them here. I know which way they're going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. Do you have a death wish, little girl? This isn't a movie. The best thing we can do to help those girls right now is to not be buried alive ourselves. Honestly, she has a point. I'm gonna take Rosalina and leave. You reach towards Rosalina. Sorry, but there's nothing we can do about this. The mine is coming apart. We can't go after them. They made their choice, Rosalina. Don't die for their mistake. Your dad wouldn't want you to die down here. Oof. I don't know what to say about this. The mine is coming apart. We can't go. I mean, I think I'll say that. Like, let's stay practical here, right? Like, we can't go after them. Like, there is something we can do, but it'd be stupid. I don't want to be like they don't deserve to die because they made their choice, and I don't really want to, bring her dad into it. So we'll say the mine's coming apart. We can't go after them. What if they don't make it? They all ran across that bridge. You can cross it too if you want. I don't care. Rosalina hesitates for a moment. Alexis, Becca, the way out is this way. If you just follow my voice, you'll be able to make it out. Okay, let's go. She grabs your hand, and the two of you start climbing. This way, come on. Your cousin moves with the kind of swiftness you'd expect from someone who spent her entire life working in and around coal mines. Becca, Alexis, can you still hear me? The knocking drowns out Rosalina's desperate shouts as the three of you crawl closer and closer to the entrance. I'm so sorry I left you guys. It's deafening now, as if someone were trying to break through the walls with fists of iron. Continue towards the entrance. You continue to push forward, your burning muscles giving way to pure adrenaline. Then comes the sound of splintering wood. You pick up the pace. The entrance is so close. I'm so sorry. Push through. And there it is. Freedom. Okay. Whew. See, because I knew if we went to look for them, we'd be stuck in the mines, and I kind of don't want to spend any more time in the mines. I'm just not a big mine girl, you know? I'm just not a mine fan. Some people might be. I don't know who. Those people who like to mine in Stardew Valley, that's who. Okay. The three of you manage to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Alexis, do you think the other two... Maybe they got out. It's possible, right? Maybe there's another entrance or something. Or maybe they're still alive in there? Oh God. I'm so sorry. Rosalina, are you okay? Your dad's on his way. He should be here any minute. I'm so sorry. I'm going back to camp. I'll be back with some men. And they can start digging. I'll call Earl. Okay. It takes a bit of time, but eventually Tabitha arrives with men and a machine to start digging through the rubble. You, Stella, and Kanika are afforded a quiet moment to yourselves as the others get to work. I want to talk about our vision. There was a stone carving on the wall of that pit that showed me what happened in this place. Charles Shaw was set up. There's stone carving on the wall of that pit. It gave me some sort of vision. I saw what happened in this place. The Scarlets caused the old collapse. Charles Shaw was set up. No way. Dude was a monster. I mean, the Scarlets were monsters too. They still are. Excuse you. There's only 2 Scarlets left. Me and Tabitha, okay? You literally just met me. How do you know I'm a monster? It's so rude of you. So rude. What am I saying? Visions aren't real. Visions can't be real. That would be magic. I don't know, Neeks. You weren't down there. Sel and Tabby had, like, simultaneous seizures next to a creepy stone carving. It was like something out of a movie. The entities in the mines, yeah. I saw something down there, like the shadows of dead miners. Tabby and I saw some ghosts down there. Did you not see them? Everything happened down there centered around the main chamber where I saw the carving. Make sure those were Tommy knockers. No, they definitely weren't. I saw something down there, like the shadows of dead miners. They were right behind you, just before you left. Did you not see them? Whoa, I didn't see anything other than the 2 of you in that carving. That's super weird. I don't want to doubt what you experienced, but you were deep in a dark abandoned coal mine. You might have just been primed to see things. You know, now that I think about it, that totally fits the profile for some of the Tommyknocker stories. What if they're actually bona fide ghosts? Oh, Stella. Everything that happened down there centered around that main chamber where I saw that carving. Stella showed me a photo. Weird stuff. Yeah, really weird. Your turn. Okay, do you think Becca and Alexis are okay? There were survivors in the last collapse. I left them down there. Yeah, I feel kind of bad about that, to be honest, but don't say that. If you and Tabby didn't pull Rosalina out when you did, you all might have wound up buried down there. I think you did the right thing. What happens now? Oh, Oscar. Hey guys, I don't think she's quite ready to talk just yet. What happened down there? Oscar, Cell pulled her out of the mag labs. We don't know what happened to her friends. Cell, you mean Cell Scarlet? She's okay, Oscar. I made sure that. Have you met the kids Rosalina hangs out with? Lena made it out of there because she stood up for herself. There's something terrible in the mind. That's not. I'm gonna say, I know we could say all of these, but I don't want to say all of them. Rosalina made it out of there because she stood up for herself. Like, I don't know this guy, so, like, why would I be like, don't worry, I made sure she was fine. Like, that's awesome. And be like, there's something bad down there. Dude wants to care. He cares about his daughter right now. Like, you know. So we're gonna report back about his daughter. Rosalina made it out of there because she stood up for herself. You should be proud. She's a good kid, Oscar. Thanks. Okay, we're not gonna bring up Tommy knockers right now. That's so stupid. Okay, I think that's all we're gonna say. I don't really think we need to... you know what, maybe we can enter into, like, have you met the kids Rosalina hangs out with? Yeah, Rosalina's lived here since she was 2, so she basically grew up with them. They're a little older than her, and yeah, they get into some trouble, but I didn't think they were bad kids or anything. Especially that Alexis. Gosh, that poor girl. Always acted like a dog somebody had kicked. And now she's in there. It's not right. It's gonna be okay, Oscar. Becca's trouble. None of them deserved this. I don't know what they were. We're gonna say they weren't bad kids, just reckless. Yeah, we can't blame them for stuff like this. Rosalina told us you two have been living in the library. I think she was trying to get away from that. Oscar sighs. Rosalina told you that? Yes, it's true. But you have to understand, there's something in that house. We believe you, Oscar. Poor Stella does. I wouldn't let it hurt her. And since I didn't know how to get rid of it, I set up a back room at the library for us. So you went to the back rooms because your house was haunted? I don't know, man. That sounds extreme to me. My house was haunted, so I went to the back rooms. What type of clickbait is that? Just until I figure out how to fix things. I know she hates it, but I thought it would be better for her. Instead, I just drove her away. Staying with friends, not checking in, and now this. It's all because of that house. And because of me. Because I haven't been able to fix this. I just wish she could understand. I'll put the spirit to rest, don't worry. Like, why would I say that? You don't have to be alone in this, we can help. I think I like that. Yeah. Could be alone in this, we could. I don't know if I would have believed you before this week, but, you know, I'll say that. That feels more realistic. Rosalina doesn't believe you ghosts aren't real. Yeah, no, we'll say I wouldn't have believed you before this week, but... What Sal's trying to say is that we'll totally help you get rid of your ghosts. Or, more likely, we'll figure out what non-ghost thing it actually is. Either way, though, we're here for you. Thanks, you guys. That really means a lot. I shouldn't have kept this to myself, but I was so afraid of seeming ridiculous. Dude, if there's a ghost in your life, you can tell Stella. Don't worry, she won't judge you. And neither will Gretchen, okay, buddy? Dad, you must be so mad at me. Oh, Rosa, no. Of course I'm not mad at you. Hey, Barden, welcome, welcome. Do you think that maybe they got out? Maybe there's another exit somewhere. Rosalina. I should have pushed back harder. I knew the way out. I should have made them come with me. What, you're judging? Judging who? Oscar? Judging me. I just don't want them to be dead. I'm sorry, Dad. Judging people for having ghosts, so... I mean... I don't know. Maybe they have ghosts. Interesting redeem choice. I'm not sure I get the logic. Yeah, you can't help if you're haunted. Sometimes people get haunted, you know? Now, I will say that going to the back rooms to escape your haunting is a little bit ghost. Oh, okay, ghost pirates. Got it. Got it. Yes, of course. Of course. Just like in Lord of the Rings. See, ghosts are one thing. Ghost pirates are another thing entirely. I don't know if I believe in ghost pirates. Like, what's next? Ghost werewolves? I mean, pirates are real, I know, but, you know, like, You don't have to be sorry. You're alive and you're safe. We couldn't have gone back for them, right? We wouldn't have made it out if we went back. Like your dad said, you're alive, Rosalina, and you're safe. That's all that matters. You're right. We wouldn't have made it out if we went back for them. Yes, true. We're gonna make a choice. Best not to regret it. Made out because you stood up for yourself. You're right. We would have made it out if we went back for them. That is true. Now who's judging? Look, you know what? Honestly, I don't even know what my conclusion was about the ghost pirate. So I was like, what did I even say? That I don't believe in ghost pirates, but I believe in pirates, but I don't believe in ghost pirates. But not believing in something is different than judging something. You know? Different. Different. But I don't know. Feels like too much of a coincidence. Like there are ghosts, but then for the ghost to also be of pirates? I don't know why, but ghost, because the thing is, you also have ghost ships. Yeah, exactly. What's next? Ghost werewolves. Yeah, exactly. That's judgy. No, it's not. There's an inverse correlation between pirate numbers and global mean temperatures. Oh, interesting. Interesting. See, now, my issue with ghost pirates, I think, right? Is not to like be judgy against pirates, okay? Like, I guess that's what we're getting at. I'm sorry. You know what? You're right. I was judgy. I would like to officially apologize to all of the pirates out there. I am sorry. I'm sorry that I have judged you. I like pirates. For the record, I always chose pirates over ninjas. But now I would also like to officially apologize to the ninjas out there. I am sorry I chose pirates over you. It's just between order and tradition versus freedom. I usually choose freedom because I like the idea of adventure and, you know, choosing a path for my life. I find that concept particularly appealing. But I'm perfectly happy with ninjas doing their thing. If that's what you choose, then that's fine. That's fine. You know? And also werewolves. I'm sorry to the werewolves out there. I will also apologize to the werewolves. I didn't mean to make you a negative comparison with the pirate. Man, I don't want any racism against the pirates, the werewolves, or the ninjas. Thank you very much. Good night. But with pirates, the ghost pirates. They don't know the ghost pirates will haunt my house. That's true. Well, I don't think there are any pirates around here, so they have a long way to go. You know? Southern California is not really a pirate type of place. Now, ghost miners. I wouldn't be surprised if we had ghost miners in California. I feel like they could come find me. But yeah, I don't think I'm not too worried about the pirates actually. But oh man, that guy was an ex-pirate. I don't think he was. I don't think they really had much in the way of pirates in the past like 100 years. Where pirates, where kraken, zombies, but only by moonlight. Ooh, oh yeah, that. I mean, yeah, that's so complicated. I mean, I guess he could have been. That's true. We'll have to see if the haunting picks up. And then we'll know if it does that, if I'm like dragged out of my bed tonight, and spun around on the floor, then we'll know that he was a pirate. But on the topic of ghost pirates, here's the thing, is to me, ghost pirates feels weird because there's also ghost ships, right? And usually a ghost ship is not usually seen with a crew, right? So if there were ghost pirates, I feel like they would be on the ghost ships. But the ghost ships are usually empty. You know? So I feel like you kind of have to choose. Do you believe in ghost pirates or do you believe in ghost ships? I feel like it has to be one or the other. And I, no offense to the ghost pirates, but I prefer ghost ships. I like myself a nice, spooky, eerily drifting ghost ship in the middle of the foggy moonlight, right? It sails out of the fog bank, silently looming at you as you stare up at it from your little rowboat or something, and then it drifts silently back into the fog bank, right? Or something. Very Celeste is a pretty damn creepy story. Ghost ship is a term for a ship with no crew. Not a myth, that's real. No, but I mean like the ghost ship that's like the ghost of a ship. You know, like a ship that was destroyed. Right? Like the ghost story ones. Where it's like, you know, a particular pirate ship that people see. You know. Yeah, Gretchen's still alive. Look, she's right there. Believe in the pirate. I don't know. I like the ghost ship idea. I mean the thing is the ghost ship image could be a normal ship, I guess, but I like it when it's, you know, a pirate ship that has been known to be destroyed or lost. I kind of prefer that idea. I find it creepier. The ghost pirates need to step it up. Honestly, the thing is, pirates have so much character. I feel it's like oversaturation, right? Like, it's too much of a thing when they're also ghosts. Like, you're a pirate and you're a ghost. It's like I can't fully appreciate the pirateness. Being a pirate is already so much to take in. It's already so cool. If you add a ghost to it, it almost diminishes how cool the pirate part is. You know? You're worried for Gretchen? Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Tabitha took Gretchen out of the mines, and she's been a priority for us. Anyway, let's continue this conversation here. You're right. We wouldn't have made it out if we went back for them. They don't deserve to be down there. Why would I have made it out when they didn't? This isn't about what people deserve, Rosa. You have no idea how grateful I am that you're still here. It's not fair, Dad. It's just not fair. I know, Rosa. I know. But I think the best thing you can do for your friends right now, until we get them out of there, is to enjoy the life you have. I know I haven't made that easy for you. I know you've been frustrated with the choices I've made. But I'm gonna do what it takes to move us back into our house. We're gonna have a good life again, Rosa. Ghost diminished being a pirate. What about the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, or third? I mean, the ghost pirates aren't the coolest part of those movies. You know? Like, Jack Sparrow as a regular old pirate is the coolest part of the movies. The ghost part didn't actually make things cooler. The normal pirates are the coolest. The ghost pirates aren't any cooler. They're cool, yeah, but I think they're cooler. It's just pirates. You know, making them be ghosts kind of a step down. It's just too much. It's just too much, in my opinion. Just too much. No offense to the ghost pirates out there. It's just a lot. Just a lot for me. Yeah, I'm gonna take a move. We're gonna have a good life again, Rosa. I'm sorry I didn't do this sooner. I'm sorry this is what it took. Dad, we're on the case. We'll be okay, I promise. I'm going to take her home. I guess we'll see the three of you tomorrow. And thank you, Sel. You have no idea how much I appreciate what you did for Rosalina. As Oscar and Rosalina leave, your cousin exhaustedly saunters over to you. Kinda looked like she just zipped right on over, but okay. Alright, Sel, my men are set up to start digging. Let's go home and get some rest. Oh no, I forget their accents. We've seen these guys. No, we haven't seen him, never mind, but we've seen him. Can't hold toaster. No! No, 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 don't do it. Not the pirate. You know what? Maybe I don't want the pirates to be my enemies. Maybe I don't want the pirates to be my enemies. You know, maybe I don't. Maybe parlay. I would like to parlay with the pirates, please. Don't cancel me. I need a pirate representative. What's his accent be? Now, hold on a minute, Miss Scarlet. Mind if we have a quick word with your cousin, miss, in private? I have no idea what his accent was. Oh my god, I don't remember. Okay, fine. Just make it quick. And don't you dare try and pull anything on her. She did nothing wrong here. Thank you, Tabitha. Ladies, I'm afraid that means you too. Don't you talk to us? We witness this too. Oh, sure, but that can wait. We know where to find y'all. You know where to find me too. I'm up at the big house that's falling off the cliff. Thought he just had an old man voice. I guess, but I don't really know how to do it anymore. What a coincidence running into you 2 nights in a row. This is my colleague, Deputy Derrickson. Pleased to meet you, Sal. Apologies for my absence yesterday. It was my special bowling night, you see. Oh, right, I remember you were bowling. How'd that go? Did you have fun? A man has to have his me time. He sure does. Hopefully it was good to decompress from work. You know, we don't need more angry cops around. Yeah. But I was briefed on the events last night, even though we're still not sure if what went on could be considered a crime. Duke has been missing since then, though we found neither hide nor hair of him. Could be he's just on an extended hunting trip. It wouldn't be the first time he's done something like that. I was told the footage showed his supposed body, but we couldn't get that camera working. So no way to confirm until we track him down. Now I understand both of these were terribly unfortunate accidents that had nothing to do with you being in the area, but as officers of the law, we have to understand that we get a little suspicious when we see the same face multiple times in a row. And we have to ask, what exactly were those teenagers doing in a shuttered mine owned by your family? Why were you down there with them? You've got to understand where we're coming from. 2 kids, 15 and 14, are buried alive down there. And maybe they're dead. And you were on the premises. There were a lot of other people on the premises. And yeah, it's owned by my family, but not by me. If you consider ownership of the mines, likelihood of being involved, especially when overlap with the fact that I was here, maybe you should, blame Tabitha, who actually owns and runs the mines and was also here. Whether or not that was merely coincidence remains to be seen, but we've got to do our diligence here. You're on your depth here while you're asking me. It was a mine collapse. We saw some teens sneaking into abandoned mines, so we went after them. If it wasn't for me, they'd all be dead. I don't have to talk to you. I know my rights. Ooh, maybe we should do that. We'll get to your questions, but we need to talk about the man that's been stalking me. I forget what that is, so I don't want to talk about that. I don't have to talk to you. I know my rights. Yeah, don't say anything. I need a lawyer. I know my rights. Unless you decide to accuse me of something, I'm not answering any more of your questions. For the record, I haven't done anything wrong. My apologies, Self. Just being thorough. Our duty as officers of the law, but we'll leave you be. Clearly, there's not much to be discussed. We'll be in touch. Deputy Derrickson tips his hat to you. The 2 officers wander back towards the mine, Derrickson taking notes as they examine the scene. You make your way towards Stella and Kanika. I just can't believe 2 nights in a row. Is it my fault, Meeks? Stella, no. This is all just an awful coincidence. It's not your fault. Oh, hey, guess the cops are done with you? What are they gonna take you in for? Being present at an accident? Sorry if they gave you a hard time. Small town cops, you know? Always blame everything on drifters. Even acts of God, I guess. Excellent. You didn't get arrested. Now, come on, let's go back to the estate. I'd like to get some rest before I have to deal with the fallout of everything that happened tonight. I'll see you tomorrow, okay, Sal? Tomorrow? Have you already ruined my evenings on 2 consecutive nights, Stella? What do you think you'll be doing with my cousin tomorrow? Yeah, but you're not coming to the haunted house, Tabitha. What do you mean ruin your evenings 2 nights in a row? What do you mean? What do you mean? The fact that you don't get to hang out with me ruins your evening? Are we actually getting along now, Tabitha? Is that what's happening? You like me? We're going ghost hunting at Oscar's, remember? We talked about it in the mines. You were there. I didn't think you were serious. Fine. If we're going to keep running into each other, we might as well all have an open line of communication. I don't have Stella's number, so Stell, you should make sure you do. I'll give Stella my number, but not for whatever this is. I just want to make sure I don't miss tomorrow's ghost hunt. What do you mean, not for whatever this is? Oh, for Tabitha or whatever? Hell no. Not your toady Tabitha, but my privacy. What? I'll give Stella my number, but not for whatever this. I just to make sure I don't miss tomorrow's ghost hunt. Yeah, I'm like not super into going out into the woods and looking for stuff, and definitely not looking for Tommy knockers in the mine. But I'm down for a good ghost hunt at a haunted house. Heck yeah, I want to do that. I'll give Stella my number, but not for whatever this is. I just want to make sure I don't miss tomorrow's ghost hunt. You give Stella your contact info. Don't worry, I'll only use this newfound power when it's truly urgent, like inviting you over for breakfast. Keep me posted on what she's doing. Let me know if that ghost hunt actually happens. It's weird that you care about what she's doing so much. Clearly, I have to. Come on, let's go. Tabitha starts walking to her car, pulling you by your arm. Takes you on her back. I can't walk to the car on my own. Are you kidnapping me? Are you kidnapping me? Don't be ridiculous. I'm taking you home. You can practically feel Tabitha roll her eyes as she drags you to the car. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. Also, I like how the cops investigate us and they're like, hey, I think, you're a little sus. A lot of weird things have been going on since you came here. I think, can we just, ask you some questions? Because, we're interested in that. And I'm like, how dare you think I have anything to do with anything? Meanwhile, I showed up and was like, I would like to cause as much chaos as possible. I am pretty sure I did say I wanted to be a little bit chaotic. So when they're like, hey, you seem to be a source of some disturbance, and I'm like, oh, me? I did say I was going to be chaotic, to be fair. I can see where they're coming from now that I remember my mindset when I first started. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You try to keep an eye on the surrounding wilderness as she drives, wary of what might lurk behind the tree line. Where should be dragged off like that? How are you holding up? Poorly. But I'd really rather we didn't get into it. Sorry about today. Tabitha doesn't answer. Fine, baby, I'm not sorry. I don't have the energy for this. I don't appreciate being dragged off like that. It's been a long day, Sel. Are you really going to make a fuss about me bringing you back to the estate? Okay, we'll ride in silence. Fine. Your eyes wander back to the tree line as you and Tabitha sink back into silence. You once again cross the threshold into the estate, the musty stench of the decaying mansion greeting you with its undertones of mildew and wood rot. Well, this day was a lot more stressful than it needed to be, and I'm sure it's a precursor to a horrifically stressful week. I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same. I'll see you in the morning. Hey, can I go explore that wing I'm not allowed to go explore, please? Tabitha turns and makes her way up the stairs, her posture defeated. I don't want to turn in. I want to explore stuff at night, when it's dark and spooky, and the ghosts are out. You head up to your room to turn in. Does something happen? Does something happen? I want to have things happen. I want to do stuff. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. Head empty of thoughts? No, are you kidding? I feel like I'd have a lot of thoughts going on. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely even notice the dust. Your phone buzzes on the table. Y'all, these are those things, right? Kanika sends a picture of a pair of ditchlings by the side of the road. I saw them again, too. Another picture, this time of them staring from a tree. What the fuck? These things are definitely not hairless monkeys or raccoons or whatever. I don't know what the hell they are. I guess there's something more to them being here than the mine collapse. No way I'm sleeping tonight. You think about looking out the guest room window, but at this point, you're too exhausted to leave your bed. The adrenaline from this evening is finally wearing off, replaced by a creeping exhaustion that threatens to overwhelm you. Your limbs feel heavy, your eyelids slipping down over your eyes even as you stare down at the ominous pictures on your phone. If it weren't for the pit of dread balling in your stomach, you would almost feel comfortable as you settle in between the covers, your tired bones sinking into the decrepit mattress. When you close your eyes, your thoughts drift to Alexis and Becca, terrified and alone, if not already dead. Your eyes shoot back open, your heart pounding as the door to your room swings open. No, just the cat. Just the cat. It's always just the cat. It's nice to see another living being, even one as unfriendly as Tabitha's cat. The comfort of her presence sets your mind at ease, and you finally slip into a deep sleep. But something happens in the night, right? Right? Spooky door? Yeah. Spooky hallway? New spooky door? Tabitha? Spooky hole in the stairs? Third spooky door? New spooky staircase? Spooky basement? Spooky knocking? The end of episode 2. Hooray. Okay, yeah. Give us a plea, please save your game now. Okay, I will save my game now. Yes, okay. Return. Continue. Would you like to see the recap before starting episode 3? Yes, full recap, please. Oh, wait. Okay, I thought it was going to be like my stats and stuff. This is, I forgot, this is just the, blah, blah, blah. No, Gretchen, gross thing. Okay, oh no. Dude got shot, blah, blah, blah. Gretchen, man. Oh, alright, I remember that man. Okay, never mind. I remember the man now. Right. Day happened. Wait, is this new? No. Yes, it was yesterday. Okay, we're still at the recap. Okay. Sybil showed up. We talked. We had lunch with the miners. This creepy man showed up. Right. I forgot about him. Kids in the mine. Fewer kids in the mine. Kids deeper in the mine. Creepy ghosts in the mine. Mine collapse. Tabitha mad. Go to bed. Dream about kids in the mine. Wake up. Okay. Oh, it's really loud. Holy heck. Okay. Sunshine filters in through the dusty windows of the estate as the dull aches of last night's activities throb in and out of focus. You manage to survive a second night in the town of Scarlet Hollow. As you pull yourself out of bed, you can feel the soot and grime of the Shaw mine still stuck to your skin. Take a shower or start your day without showering? No, we're gonna take a shower, thank you very much. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. The water is hot and, surprisingly enough, clean. As steam fills your lungs and soot washes down the drain, you Every minute feels like another thread. Holding us down together starts to unravel. Thoughts of doom consume me. I think about those 2 girls still buried in that man. I think about the horrible mine. I think about Duke, the image of him lying there slumped against the tree with his head half blown off. Scrub feverishly, trying to escape the memories from your skin as if they're part of the dirt that coats you. Think about Sybil's warning. The worst is yet to come. Think about Wayne and wonder how many times he's watched you unseen. Think about someone special. What? Who the hell is special? Wait, what the hell? Do we have someone we like? Think about finally being out of Scarlet Hollow safe. I know I want to think about someone special. I don't know what this refers to, but I feel like we're entering new things. Yeah, we're gonna think about someone special. Specifically think about, oh, never mind. I get to pick who the special person is. Okay, we can think about Stella, Kanika, Dr. Kelly, and the way she demanded us to address her by her title. That. And Wayne, I wonder how many times he's watched us unseen. Wait, is this, did we accidentally start a romance arc? I thought maybe we had someone back home that we were, like, thinking about instead, and we were getting more backstory. I didn't realize we're romancing people. I don't want to get in between these 2 guys, you know? Like, I kind of want to go with Wayne. That, like, creepy ghost miner man. Yeah. You think about Wayne and wonder how many times he's watched you unseen. I'm done here. Okay, but hopefully you don't romance him. I got an achievement for showering. Wash away your sins, it's called. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself. Time to start your day. Let's check on the possum. Hi, Dwarf. There are 2 of them now. Look, he has a friend. He has a friend. Hi. Hi, guys. You found a friend. Look at them. Look at them. They're looking at me. Sorry to disturb you guys. My bad. Good morning. Please get out of my dresser. Pet them. I don't want to pet them. I'll wave at them. Hi. You wave down at the possums. Opossums, I guess here. They look up at you. They don't need to get out. I'm going to close the dresser. You've had enough of the growing family of opossums that live in your dresser, at least for the time being. Look out the window. You hold your breath and approach the bedroom window. After finding that boot print and viscera in the garden yesterday, you can't help but anticipate something staring back at you. It's the same view. Okay, I'll turn back. You turn back to the guest room. I'm gonna check the closet. Every time you see that doll, your heart skips a beat. It hasn't moved, right? Okay. You know, yesterday I was certain it hadn't moved. Today I'm like, it hasn't moved, right? I'm a little less certain today. That's enough of this closet. You turn back to the guest room. Oh, I could message the group chat, or just Stella, or just Kanika. I think I'm going to message the group chat. No favorites. You pull out your phone and open up your group chat with Stella and Kanika. Send a photo of a pained old man. Do we send memes? Are they gonna get it? Are they gonna get it? I don't know. I have a feeling they're not gonna understand. You know what? We'll just say, what's the game plan? It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. Oh, I can text each of them individually too. Pull up my phone and text Stella. Send a photo of a creepy mascot in a grungy basement. Do we want to hang out before ghost hunting? How are you holding up? I mean, she's probably doing fine. She likes creepy stuff. I'm gonna send her a photo of a creepy mascot in a grungy basement. She likes spooky things. There you go. I already texted other stuff, but the pained old man. But don't worry, I sent a new meme. This one's even better than the pained old man. This reminds me of Cursed Digicam. It looks like a similar mascot. You send a photo of a creepy mascot in a grungy basement. It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. Okay, let's text Kanika. You pull your phone out to text Kanika. How are things with Miles? Send her a photo of exhausted Ben Affleck. Yeah, let's do that. We'll treat them equally. You send her a photo of an exhausted Ben Affleck. It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. And downstairs. Okay. You've done everything you wanted to up here. It's time to start your day. Playing the field, keeping your options open. I'm romancing these people. What? I didn't realize that. I was just like, here's some funny pictures. Okay, whatever. You enter the kitchen to find your cousin in the midst of devouring a pint of banana chocolate chunk. She isn't alone. Is that, wait, banana ice cream? Oh my god, I love banana ice cream. Share, Tabitha, share. Frou-Frou glances at you from her usual spot on the counter as a red-headed woman busies herself trying to tidy as best she can. You have to imagine that the fresh face in the kitchen is Janie. Tabitha did mention that she comes on Wednesdays to clean. Tabitha's gaze swivels from the woman to you, her glare intensifying. Offer Janie my boiled peanuts. You hold out your boiled peanuts as an offering to Janie. Thank you so much for the generous offer, sweetie, but I'm afraid I'll have to pass. I had a really bad experience with boiled peanuts once in the summer of, 17? Wait a minute. Let me think. Is 16? No, it was definitely 17. Anyways, my husband and Tulip and I were on this road trip to Blowing Rock, and what? Why do you still have those things? My peanuts? Tabitha? I don't know, because you didn't eat any. That's why. Okay, maybe I wouldn't have them if more people were eating them. Hi, you must be Janie. Tabitha mentioned you'd be coming in today. That's right. I'm just here to do a little bit of cleaning. What cleaning Miss Tabitha will let me do, at least. Wonder who's gonna take those peanuts. I know, right? They're for someone for sure. And whoever that person is, that's our soulmate. I could have this place looking brand new, you know. Don't go making any big renovations or moving anything around. I like knowing where my stuff is. Okie dokie. It's so nice to finally meet you, Sel. I mean, I guess I did meet you on Monday when you popped into the diner. Janie? But seeing someone somewhere and meeting them face to face are two completely different things, I suppose. All I'm trying to say, what was different between those responses? Like, because I never got to say anything. I don't even know what I was trying to say. Would it have gotten something different from Janie? That's the question. All I'm trying to say is that it's wonderful to finally actually meet you, and I'm so happy part of the family is here to keep Miss Tabitha company with everything that's... Janie? Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Tabitha. Am I being too much again? Tabitha grumbles back in acknowledgement. Oh, are we having ice cream for breakfast? I'll have no sass from you today. 2 kids were buried in a mine collapse on my property, so I'm under a lot of stress right now, in case you hadn't put that together. And there is no we here. This stuff is way too hard to get a hold of for me to share. Okay, fair enough. I know it's your ice cream. Tabitha takes one last spoonful of ice cream, then discards the empty container, turning to you with her trademark scowl. Let's get going. I've got an errand to run in town, and every time I've left you here alone, something terrible's wound up happening, so you're coming with me. Okay. You're gonna take away my freedom like that, but I have breakfast. Alright, let's go. I don't need a babysitter. Yes, you do. You and Stella both do, honestly. Janie, lock up when you leave, please. And don't go rearranging anything. I don't know. As you're ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Sel, before you go, you heard about what happened last night? I mean, I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just want to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for those poor kids. I can't imagine how scared they must be. Why do you clean this place? What a weird thing to say. What? Thanks. Last night was a lot. If you ever need to talk to anyone, my husband is a local pastor. He's a gentleman and always willing to lend an ear. No, thank you. He's actually been going a little stir crazy ever since we moved here, what with nobody really attending sermons. It'd probably do him a lot of good to talk you through your worries. Sounds wonderful. Maybe we'll see. I'm not really religious. I'm not Christian, but thank you for the offer. I'd rather not. Oh, take your time, of course. We're here all week, after all. Just know that you can stop by the church anytime. The door's always open. Okay. Have you seen any weird creatures? You know anything about a guy named Wayne? Have you seen anyone prowling around the estate? It's been nice meeting you, but gotta bounce. Tabitha's driving me crazy. Bye. I should go. Turn leave. Let's see. We can't. These progress the story forward, so I can't ask about all of them. Have you seen anyone prowling around the estate? I'm interested in that because I don't think that's Wayne, judging by how they're different questions. Have you seen anyone prowling around the estate? I'm going to stop two of you right there. So I'm busy and not in the mood to stand around waiting while you play Nancy Drew, my cleaning lady, right in front of me. We're leaving. Bye, Janie. Alrighty then. Be safe out there, you two. Tabitha practically drags you from the estate, one hand clasped firmly around your arm. She continues to drag you all the way into her car, and from there into town. The ride to town is uneventful, your cousin unsurprisingly more focused on the road than on making conversation. This time it didn't make me even try to have a conversation with her. All right, we're just popping into the general store for a few minutes. Gonna be solving a mystery after everything's happened. Past 2 days, just nice to go on an errand, say nothing. What are we doing at the general store? Picking up tea from Sybil. Oh, neat. What kind of tea? I don't know. The kind Sybil makes? She makes a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know what all of it is called. Quit interrogating me and about tea blends. Jeez. Shouldn't we be solving a mystery right now? A mystery? What mystery? The events of last night are pretty cut and dried. Like, come on. Is it more believable that the Shaw mine collapsed because of a mysterious unforeseen forces? Or is it more believable that it collapsed because of a condemned mine that was unsuitable for human beings? People like Stella turn to conspiracy theories and the supernatural because they can't handle the truth that our world is ruled by chaotic forces that don't follow any kind of logical pattern. Bad things can happen to good people, suddenly and for no reason. You can choose to accept that, or you can live in denial. You and Tabitha turn as the door to the general store bursts open. A flustered Kanika exits, shouting behind her. Fine, okay, keep coddling him. Keep letting him get away with stuff you never would have let me so much as think about. I'm sick of carrying this family. Kanika storms off, the door slowly drifting shut behind her. Ugh, other people and their drama. More people kept things to themselves, they'd be a lot happier. That's very Hemingway of you. It worked out great for all his characters, too. And for him. Poor Kanika, she's really going through it. Yeah, I've never been one for public displays like that. I think it's healthy to express yourself. Good for her, honestly. I'd be losing it if Miles were my brother. Have I ever told you that you scare me? I hope there aren't any customers in there. We're just gonna say poor Kanika's really going through it. Yeah. It's unbecoming. Come on already, let's go. Okay. Alright. I think we're gonna stop it here for the day. This feels like a okay place to stop. Just because I remembered I can't do this game for all too long because of the voices get to me that I have to do, not the voices in my head. The voices in my throat. Yeah. But yeah. I still enjoying this game. It's interesting. It's interesting. Like the whole mine thing just wasn't for me. I'm not a big fan of mines, you know? But the ghost hunt in the house coming up is promising. I think that's my favorite one yet, right? Like running around in the woods, not really for me. Down in the mines, even worse, but yeah. How's the new background going? Um, I the background's going good. It's going good. Sketching it out, you know, deciding what I want. It's I might be overcooking a little bit with some things. But we'll see. We'll see. It might be like, cool in theory, but then just like a bit much. Not visually, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. You'll see eventually when I have it. Um, I feel like it'll be ready. Uh, I'll probably try to have like a whole, because I want like a good chat, as well, chat box on screen and the background and all of that. They'll probably be ready by like around June or so, or end of May. Once like work starts like lightening up kind of at the end of May. Um, and I'm not completely off for the summer until end of June because like after like the semester ends, there's still like, academic calendar for students is different than for academic workers because there's still stuff to do after, afterwards. So, but yeah, yeah. So things, lighten up, like, end of May, mid-May, but like don't completely end until in June. But because I still got stuff to do. But yeah, but probably like I'll kind of aim for like at least having the new stuff, ready for not like a debut, really, right? But for like, to just kind of show off basically, right? And I'm like, ta-da, here's my new stuff. In June. So, because I think I'm gonna work on some emotes. I was thinking of putting like a list of like the stuff I'm working on in Discord too, just so you kind of know. But then I kind of want to be like, no, maybe I shouldn't, because like what if it doesn't, so I don't know. I don't know where we're I'm working on it. But I think I'll kind of, put all that stuff and be like, ta-da, either in June or like, mid end of May. But I feel like by the time I get everything together, it'll probably be end of May and maybe into June, depending how long it takes things, right? So we'll see. But yeah, but it's like I stayed up last night doing a lot of good work for it. So yeah, in my throat, it's family. Yeah, well, it's the voices in my throat. A lot of voices come from throats, It's fine. Normal. Not weird. Nothing weird about that. Nothing weird about that. Also, who says this is a family channel? Who says that? Who says that? Does it have to be? It's up to me. I get to decide. I get to decide. We have no sponsors around here. Yeah, yeah, I've talked about it for a bit. I mean, I haven't still like committed. Is it a Christian Minecraft channel, huh? Is it? Is it? Sure it is. Um, but I'm just now trying to make like organize a church around like Minecraft stuff. In my head, I've all of a sudden been like, sponsor, yeah, we're sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. We're not. Just in case anyone doesn't get the joke, we're not. Sponsored by no one, sponsored by me. And donations from viewers like you. Thank you. Oh, I should put that on an outro. Like another thing I'm working on is like gonna be like an intro, right? Like starting soon thing. Like I talked about this before, but it'll be like clips, right? Of streams and stuff like that, right? So that again, mostly from a VOD perspective, so I can put the VODs onto YouTube and have something to interest viewers when they click on the video, because normally they click on the video and I'm just like, hey, starting up stream, and they're like, boring, right? And they click off. But like having and even normal like introductions to normally edited YouTube videos, right, don't do well. Usually, I mean, not they don't do well, but usually you want to start with some type of hook, right? If it's even like a preview of something that happens later in the video, but you can't do that with a VOD, obviously, because like I can't, unless you edit it, but then you download it, re-upload it, and that takes hours and hours and hours, and that's not practical with a VOD. So having clips as a starting soon thing is to me clips from past streams, to me that makes the most sense as something to hook people on and keep them kind of like, oh, this is funny, haha, look at that, oh wow, whoa, that was crazy moment, right? And then like it kind of gets them hooked, and then they want to see how this stream goes, right? Is in my head how a good idea anyway. And then of course, like ending, scene is always good. And I should have a little like and donations from viewers like you. thank you, just like PBS does, you know. I should do that. Um, but yeah, yeah, I've talked about getting a new background for a while, and haven't commissioned it yet, but like I know who I want to commission. It's waitlisted right now though, so actually to be fair, like I honestly have no idea how long, but they say it's like a 2 week. They say like 2 weeks, like 1 to 2 weeks, which I think is sane for a new background, like a whole background, and they're like 1 to 2 weeks, and I'm like that's nuts, but okay. But good for compliments only and okay copy. Um, but um, but yeah, so I what was I gonna say? Yeah, so like the background, like I haven't commissioned it, but like I've sketched it out, right? And I know what I want on it and what it to look like and stuff like that. So so that's progress. Progress. And I need to also I need to make the I guess art assets kind of for a chat box, but I can't I don't know what the coding is for that. I have no idea how to do that. Maybe I could look up a YouTube tutorial and see, but like I don't know. I think I have to get someone to do it, and it's like $100 or something like that. It's kind of pricey to get people to do the coding. And a lot of them only do the coding for the chat box or only the art. Oh yeah, wait. I don't think I can do that. That's CSS. I don't know any CSS. I mean maybe it's not so bad, but sounds like it's really intimidating. So, yeah, I mean maybe I'll look into it, but um because I mean like again, it's kind of expensive. It's like for someone to make the art, it's like $100, and then for someone to code the chat box, it's like another $100. And it's like, why is this so expensive? So I can definitely design the little, design the chat box. I can do that, but I don't know how to code it, but maybe I can try and figure it out. But that's another thing I have to do too. And but I need to work on that here at some point. But yeah, but I know at least what the background is going to look like. So that's, or well, I sketched it out and that's progress. And I have a reference to submit and everything like that when I do, try to get the commission. So, but again, they're waitlisted, or they're on waitlist, whatever. There's like their status is waitlist only, or I would be waitlisted. I don't know what the wording is, but um, I'm not good at talking today. But yeah, so I don't know exactly how long it'll take to get it, and hopefully, like hopefully they'll um understand what I'm going for and be willing to work with me on it. It's entirely possible that they're like, yeah, no, I don't want to, do those things because like I'm asking for a couple layers and things, and I don't know if this person does layers. I have not seen evidence of layers in their previous um in their portfolio, so maybe they don't. Um, I don't see why they can't, right? Like, as far as I'm concerned, they can. It's fine if they charge a little bit more, but I don't know why they can't. There's other people who do, but again, the animations are what get me because I haven't seen evidence in these artist portfolios of them being able to do the animations that I want them to do. So, which is fine. I mean, like, it's cool if they can't. I can't, so, but mm, I want to make sure that they can, basically. I don't want to ask stuff of them that, that they can't do. And and if I do, they might turn me down and be like, "Nope, sorry, can't do that." So, you've recently seen some of the artist versus commissioner things over cost on the like, yeah, alerts and stuff are part of general marketing thing, and why are you charging one thing for the thing plus additional fees commercial use on an obviously commercial thing? Yeah, yeah. Like it's just I mean like I kind of get it, obviously like I mean it does need to be charged for commercial use, but like, I kind of like that that's worked into the base price. And usually for backgrounds they are. So background artists are like, it's kind of weird. Background art is like a whole different like community, right? Like they all like the turnaround time for the background art is super fast. If you get other stuff done, they're like, it'll be like, 6 to 8 weeks, maybe like 3 months. And like background artists, they're like, oh yeah, it'll take me, 1 to 2 weeks, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Some of them, they're like, I can get it done in a week, right? And it's like, how? It sounds even harder than the other art. Like, yeah, versus artists getting touchy about what and how they charge things. Yeah, it's like it feels better because like it's hard when you're looking at the prices to like all of a sudden, like because when you're browsing, you want to see the prices that you'll be paying or at least close. And when you're looking for art and all the prices are like at least half, sometimes even less than what you'll actually be paying, right? Like, and they're like, oh, this is, or mm, also people will uh, they'll have um, like they'll be like, "Oh yeah, here, you can order this for $10," right? And you're like, "Oh, that's really cheap." And they're like, "Yeah, that's for the sketch of a headshot. You want a full body shot fully rendered for commercial use, that'll cost you 300." And you're like, "Oh." But then also like when you're looking through, like you're searching for art, right? And you're looking through and you see like a fully rendered full body picture as like the sample for that, listing. And you're like, oh, I want that. Wow, that's really cheap. That's like only like $30. That's a really good price. And then look at it and you're like, oh, yeah, that's for a sketch of a headshot for personal use. And then you add all the other things and they're like, okay, so you want it to be full body, that'll be another $80. And then you want it for commercial use, multiply that by two. Oh, and you wanted a background as well, add another 100 on. And you're like, oh, so it's actually going to be closer to like 300 for the image, the thumbnail image for this listing. Got it. But it's listed for 30, but it's actually going to cost you 300. And it's just like it just is sad, and disheartening when you have to do that math. And I get why they do it, because like they want to look more affordable, but um, not what people are going to pay. Like they should make them separate listings. I don't know. Looking to get some line art sketching done for something. And here I turn around 3 weeks after a wait list and the cost of one thing, but another, you're looking to post on Twitter, you were like, you're hoping for soon. And it was for someone, not you. So of course you were, yeah, like, yeah, it's just kind of, it's just a lot. It's just, a lot to take in when you actually look at the details of this stuff. Here's a timeline of what the total cost for reasonable use would be. Yeah, yeah. Like, I don't know. I wish we were to sort of search for, what the actual cost would be rather than, see all the, because you don't know what the cost would be until you read the full description, and like, I kind of just want to know, and when I'm looking at everyone, I don't want to go to the individual listing and then, go to a separate page to look at it and scroll down and read all of the, fine print just to figure out how much it'll cost. There's a reason why there's an initial cost with the listing, like money off skilled labor, just don't nickel and dime you after you committed. Yeah. Well, I mean, you shouldn't, you should know how much it's going to cost up front, right? Like, um, you just have to make sure you read, the artist's terms and conditions. But it's hard to browse because you have to read everyone's terms and conditions to know, how much something's going to be. And then it's harder to compare them because you can't just look at a full page of like your saved, artists and be like, oh, okay, here's all the ones I've liked. But you can't look at them all together because you have to look at them individually and like do the math to figure out how much they each cost compared to each other. And it's just like, yeah. But like, yeah, background artists have a quick turnaround time. They factor in for commercial use or at least for streaming. And again, they kind of have this, sometimes they're like, streaming counts as personal use, which like It doesn't though. It technically still is commercial use. I mean, I'm fine if it's not for it doesn't count for commercial use for their payments, right? For the terms of their pricing. But like under copyright law, it if you use something for streaming, it still is commercial use. Like that just is true. But like, and again, yeah, it does feel harsh sometimes when a lot of things people are using. I mean, like maybe I mean, I know there are a lot of people who commission art just to enjoy for themselves, but like I feel like a lot of people will post art, will use things for profile pictures and like a lot of people because it's literally even if you like even if I were to commission art and post it on my Twitter and be like, "Hey guys, look at what I commissioned. Look at it. Isn't it pretty?" That is commercial use because my Twitter is connected to my Twitch and my Twitch is monetized, right? Like as long as there's any path to anywhere being monetized, it counts as commercial use. So like it's just kind of like I mean, sure, I could, have an alt that is not related at all to, my main Twitter account and then I could post it there, but like making sure you have to sever all of your connections to something that's monetized, it's like I don't know. I kind of wish they wouldn't like again, seeing the base rate and then having it, like be sometimes more than doubled, right? Like 2.5 or 3 times the base rate for like, oh, here's a picture of your OC. And it's like, yay. And they're like, oh, you wanted to use it as a Twitter profile picture? Oh yeah, that's not $20 anymore. That's gonna be 50. And that's if it was 20 to begin with. It might have been like 30. And then it's gonna be like 75. And you're like, but I just want it as a Twitter profile picture. And they're like, yeah, it's now 2.5 times expensive. And it's like, but I'm not gonna be making that much. See, that's the problem is like it feels just really sad because like I'm not gonna be making like yeah, it's for commercial use, but it's not gonna be earning me that much different. Right? Like that the fact that I have that as my Twitter profile picture will not be funneling that like, $35. I will not earn $35 more on Twitch because I made that my profile picture. Like it's I don't know. Oh, your internet died. Oh no. I'm sorry. My internet's been frustrating today too. So, yeah, the base rate plus 250% plus 30 plus 25 plus 150 and it'll be 4 weeks. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's yeah. Um, but yeah, I just kind of wish for things that were more likely to be used in commercial instances. I just kind of wish, or like maybe that they had like a discount for if you were using it for personal, right? I just wish the listing was the commercial rate, I guess, was like the assumed expense so that I don't know. It's just everything just becomes so expensive when, you're doing it for things that won't get you money, right? Like, yeah, it's tied to some income, but it's not going to get me that much money. So it's like very, very loosely related to anything that might get me some money. I don't know about it really the commercial rate because in theory it's like well you want to use it for commercial rate well I'm going to cost it this much more because you will use it to make money and like it's kind of like in instead of getting royalties right but like trust me their royalties would be much less right we should negotiate but like I'm not saying they shouldn't be paid for it but again like it's conceptually hard to see the numbers add up like that I kind of wish they would start with the commercial rate but I like for like streaming backgrounds because they know it's a background for stream. That's why they do actually start with commercial rate and everything is made for streaming and they're like that's worked into the price and you're like, "Oh, thank God." Thank goodness. Because it would be really sad to have to triple those prices. But but yeah. But yeah, hopefully I get a new background. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And I think I know who I want, but I'm again, I am not 100% certain how the because like they tend to do like kind of bigger rooms as backgrounds. Very little like something that's a little bit more close quarters. And that's kind of what I'm going for with mine is like not like immediately behind me, but not a big vaulted, you know, warehouse size space. But that's like a lot of what is in their portfolio. So I don't know. Interrogation room with books? No, 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 no. It's just the library, but I don't know. I don't really need a, really big space, I guess. Um, so no, it'll be good. It'll be cool. It'll be cool. It's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really good. But it is like, I mean, kind of like this room. This room isn't that big, really. This is like maybe like a medium-sized room, I guess. I don't think I'm going to do a corner though. Like this room, is a corner, but I don't know. I'm having trouble kind of like picturing, especially with where I want different things in the image. I was kind of like, I'm gonna have a trouble like doing a corner. Partly because like if you have a corner, like you can't really put much in the actual corner itself, right? Like if I want a fireplace or a window or books, right? It can't really go in the corner. But ideally I'm off to the side, right? Ideally I'm like, oops, I moved something else that I was supposed to move. Ideally, I'm like over here, right? And you guys are still over there, over there where you are. And like if I have something in the corner, I mean, but I won't have anything in the corner, right? The things will usually be along the walls. But imagine if I had like moved myself over here and then I had like a chat box, even if it's like kind of transparent background, right? It still like blocks out all the key features of the scene, right? So I kind of like is a little bit oops, ignore the jostling around. But buzzing on whether that fire's very hot or actually cold. Blue is supposed to be hotter, yeah. But it is a magic fire, I think. I don't really know. But I'll keep it because people tend to like it. So, I think I have a version of this background where it's not blue, but I went with the blue originally anyway because I was like, might as well, might as well. It's like kind of vibey, fits like the color theme a little bit more. If there were like a warmer toned fire, I feel like it would need to be away from those other warmer tones of the fireplace, right? To balance out the picture. Otherwise, it's way too warm in this one section. So I was like, no, it's too much. So I went with the blue. But but yeah, sometimes you forget blue's a natural fire color and not something added. Yeah, yeah, it's out there in nature. It's just hot. But this is a magic fire, I think. I don't know. It's not really lore related. It's just there for the vibes. It's just there for the vibes. Um, but yeah, we're gonna have a window with light shining through it, hopefully still. The fireplace with the blue fire still gonna be there. Some books. Yeah, stuff. There will be stuff. There's gonna be a picture above the fireplace, hopefully. Again, in my idea right now. Who knows if that's actually gonna, end up looking like that, but It's the lore right there for the vibes. No, 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 there's lore, there's lore. But the fire doesn't fit in the lore. Doesn't fit in the lore at all. Um, but like my hair is blue for a particular lore-based reason, but that wouldn't make sense with the fire. That has nothing to do with any of that. I don't know why the fire's blue. Just is, just is, just because it looks cool. But the bird's fun to play with. So copper salts can get the color too. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, it can be something added or it can just be really hot and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. But that's not the case with this one. This fire has absolutely no reason to be blue. It's not super hot. Doesn't have copper. It's just blue, and we're not gonna judge it. It's just sometimes people are just blue, you know? That's okay. It's okay. Or stuff. Didn't know you could get blue that way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. And maybe work on some stuff. Maybe try to work on more thumbnails. Ugh, it's just not getting what I want. It's just not getting what I want. So silica running through nitrous oxide and acetylene flame, and it's pink. Ooh, pink flame would be really pretty. You can fire in every color, so it gets foggy sometimes. Oh, I see. Yeah, fire can come in so many fun colors. It can, but pink fire would be fun. But yeah, doesn't fit the theme around these parts. Doesn't fit. So I think it'd be really cool, but it doesn't fit. I'm not really a pink person. But yeah, anyway, gotta go. I really probably should work on more thumbnails, but I probably won't because I'm probably like frustrated with. Or I actually, I do have a maybe. No, I no, I think I need another screenshot of something before for the next thumbnail that needs to go up on the next video in order. So maybe I'll just do that tomorrow. But I'll work on other stuff tonight. Maybe try to make the chat box stuff and everything. So we'll see. We'll see. Got a lot of stuff to do though, either way. And I need to keep watching that show, Severance. um, it took a weird turn. Not weird, but it's like more predictable now and like I don't know. It's yeah, it's more predictable and some of the plot elements kind of felt forced. Um but maybe that was just like an off episode or something, maybe that's it. So maybe maybe right, maybe it'll be better. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for chatting and lurking, and thank you VOD watchers. And yeah, you can follow my YouTube where I'm slowly uploading the VODs. You can follow me on or yeah, subscribe to my YouTube. Follow me on TikTok, Blue Sky, Twitter, Instagram. Join the Discord, and yeah, I guess it's all those other places. And yeah, I'm gonna go. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I think tomorrow actually the next chapter of or whatever it's called of Lost Records, Bloom and Rage with those girls in the cosmic hole. That is out. So we have to play that at some point. But I think that might be next Sunday. I think tomorrow I want to go back to Ratopia, and check in, do a little bit of Medieval Dynasty, maybe a couple days this week too, maybe Blueprints on Thursday or something like that, and then maybe Lost Records on next Sunday, and more Scarlet Hollow, probably for next Saturday. I think is the plan here for the week, something along those lines anyway, subject to change depending on whatever I feel like and if any new games drop. But anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. So hopefully everyone has a good night and a good day in the meantime. And yeah, goodbye.